we woke yet? Live with Hayden and featuring Zack. Tonight's guest, Zack the Hack Levi. Musical guest, Juan Lennon. And your calls and questions as per usual. Let's stream.
All right. Whoa. We're here. Oh shit, someone's gotta close the stream in the background.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know. I heard it in your mic. Hello, audience.
Good evening, everybody. It's time for another mean stream. We're leveling up. How was your week, Max? What'd you do?
I don't remember. So it was pretty good.
Swag. Well,
Not.
I had a pretty wacky week. I've been, getting ready to move. This is probably the last week I'll be in this room before I hit the big MIA.
Not.
But you know what I did do this week though, as I
What did
watched
you do?
that Salem's Lot. I watched that.
You watched Salem's Lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I've watched
I
Salem's
did.
Lot.
It's more like Salem's Slop. More like Salem Not.
Those are some big words.
Like Salem. Yeah. I thought it was pretty whack.
Anybody
That's what I'm
else? Anybody else in chat see Salem's Lot? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Princess Braxers. You're my favorite chat.
Not.
We'll make sure to come back. We got a lot going on tonight. Zack the Hack Levi is calling and he wants to clear the air on some stuff. Last week we talked about RFK and the situation going on there. So we got Zack on the line. He's going to say his piece. Zachary Levi of Shazam fame. Now he's anti-vax. He's a Trumper. He's gone way off the deep end. So we're going to have a little chat with him and see what's going on. We're also going to be discussing, I think first and foremost, New York Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
Which is this week. Yeah. Not too much happened though. It's New York Comic Con is the other con.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the secondary boy. It's the little step sis, the little step bro.
Not.
Not yet, step bro.
Not.
But we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Oh boy. But we'll talk a little bit Comic Con, and then of course we're gonna have some music from the great Juan Lennon.
Yeah. Juan.
Juan sent in a video of some music that it's pretty great. So we're gonna check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we get it going? We're gonna go pretty.
Let me say hi to chat real quick.
Hi to chat. Welcome everyone who's just
chat.
joined us.
Hi Ricky. Hi Ange. Hi Josh. Hi Princess.
Didn't hear already.
Braxers.
We're leveling up this week.
We're leveling up. We have a new 4K background that's in 1080p. You're lorkin and jorkin. I'd like to see that. Take photos of that, please. We have mugs on. We have jackets.
We have everything. We have the clothes. We have the jackets. This is a proper late night show. This has everything going on.
Yep. All right.
As always, after we discuss everything we have to discuss, feel free to call in, say your piece if you want to talk about anything other than what we discussed, or if you want to discuss what we talked about further. But we're going to get into it, and of course, as I said, make sure to stay tuned to the stories. We'll go pretty quick through Comic-Con before we get to Zack. We don't want to keep Zack the Hack waiting too long.
Yeah, and you could jump into during probably.
Yeah.
I'll make that executive decision. Okay. Hi, BB. All right, going into slides. Here we go.
Not.
Are we woke yet live? Number 9. There's There's a Juan down there. Peelverine, hashtag Peelverine in chat. First slide.
Bill Rain every week.
New York Comic Con. What if instead of Comic Con, it was Comic Cum, and there was cum everywhere at the convention in New York, and there was nut and cum and comedic funny cum.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming funnily.
Yeah.
What if instead of I hate you 3000, I cum a lot 3000?
Funny cum is the best.
Yeah, and everyone's
cum.
naked. Everyone's naked at Comic Con. All right, what happened to Comic Con?
We got some. So not much, as I was saying. There was a lot of to do ahead of Comic Con. A lot of people were thinking we'd get some DC news and all that. We didn't really, not too much that we didn't already know. But Comic Con, it was fun enough. At least people got to play dress up. We got some of my favorite little cosplays from this past weekend here. The I Hate You 3000, that's legendary.
Yeah.
But let's get into it.
All right.
Let's get into the real stuff.
New Creature Commandos trailer. Tell me about it.
All right, so there's a new trailer, and it did not reveal much that we didn't already know. That being said, it did give us Clayface, which I'm excited about because that's confirmation that Clayface is in the DCU, underutilized character. The show is very obvious. This trailer, even more than the last one, implies that this is basically just a Suicide Squad show, which is fine. It makes sense. It's basically like the Creature Commandos are another unit of a task force that they can use them because they're all technically inhuman. But the actual setup is very much the same as Suicide Squad. Right here, we got a little clip of Rick Flag Sr., and he is battling Clayface. Clayface to be played by a dude from Red Dead Redemption. I'm forgetting the name. But we're Red Dead fans.
Probably the horse.
Yes,
from
the horse.
Red Dead Redemption. So is Creature Commandos, is that team been around for a long time? Or is that relatively
Yeah, it's
new?
an old team. It's a more obscure team. I'm trying to find who's playing. It's a more obscure team. It was, I think, a World War II thing. It was like the whole gist of it originally. Kind of like the original Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. But this is, yeah, I mean, the whole thing, it's all the same gimmick. I mean, they're the Suicide Squad, but it's Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know anything about them.
Apparently, there's a lot of sex in the show.
Oh, good. Is it a Netflix show?
Max, come on, we're talking WBDC.
You said sex, so I just thought of Netflix because of the animation.
What did you say about Zack?
Netflix likes to put sex in their animated shows, so I just figured.
Oh, that's true.
Max, can you give me eye contact, please?
Look inside.
I don't like sound. It's gay.
Do you want me to count down from 10? Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. None of you freaks. You're going to have to AI my voice to do that if you want to hear that. All right.
I'm about to come up.
Next thing. Daredevil release date. March 4th.
Oh, yeah. Sooner than expected. I think it's 9 episodes, though, which is...
One more than expected.
Well, I think the original order was like 21 or 22 or something. So
that'd be a fuck ton for a Disney Marvel.
But look, I'm hoping if they've crunched it down, I'm hoping that means they've just condensed the story. It's not as archaic as some other seasons.
Yeah.
Because some of these shows, these Disney Plus shows, seem to drag a lot. I thought Echo was pretty tight up to that last episode, which was not the great.
Yeah, but even Daredevil on Netflix was, them shit's got long. All of their Netflix shows got way too long, but looking back at least.
Yes. Everyone, I mean, this show, we watched the early footage a couple weeks back. I guess at Comic-Con they showed pretty much the same footage that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con. They just they had the panel and then added the fact that it's coming out March 4th. So that's pretty good. Like I said, it's sooner than a lot of people expected. So
yeah, cool. We like Daredevil. Born Again. Who's he gonna fuck this time?
Punisher.
That would be pretty funny.
Baba Booey.
They'd make it woke. We don't like that. Next thing.
Baba Booey.
First, they'll look at Herbie. I don't know what Herbie is.
Herbie is the Fantastic Four's little robot assistant. That's who he is. He's a little robot guy. He hasn't really been in any media outside of the comics since the old school 60s television show, I think. He might have popped up in the late 90s, early 2000s show, or it was a show in like the early 2000s. Anyway, yeah, but you don't see much of him. It's a retro choice. I like the choice, though. I think it's indicative of the whole retro futuristic thing they're going for. You know, he looks cute, whatever. It looks like a little fucking robot. I don't know. We'll see if Elon steals this design.
Got a little bit of like a modernist-ish take on like a cassette futurism kind of thing going. Like you see the windings for the eyes. You know, you lork, but hope y'all are well. Thank you, Brooks. Gay ass. You're not allowed to say gay ass. Sorry. No, there you go. It is a gay robot. That robot is gonna fuck another robot of the same gender.
Baba Booey.
If robots don't have gender, wouldn't all robot fucking be gay?
That's true. I don't know. I mean, I think he looks good. If he's got a little sass to him, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think they've said who's voicing Herbie either, though.
It's probably Jack Black.
Yeah, dude.
After Claptrap.
Baba Booey.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Time
in it.
Time
Baba
the
Booey.
mug there.
Leveling up.
No,
we're leveling up.
I might be voicing Herbie. I don't know.
Yeah, reading the Herbies. So
it's probably someone who. It's probably someone who isn't a voice actor.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like a comedian or something, I'm sure.
Like it'd be one of those things where like it would be significantly better if it was a voice actor, but they're gonna get like Chris Pratt, you know, like one of those situations.
Not Chris. Anyone but Chris.
All right. What's next? Wolfman trailer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this was another Comic-Con drop. This whole thing is coming out of the deal that was made between Universal and Blumhouse, for Blumhouse, who makes all the like low budget, mid-tier horror films, to make modest budget, lower scale Universal monster movies. So Universal said, take our shit and do your own kind of smaller scale version of that. We already got The Invisible Man was a part of that deal. So now this is Wolfman. Invisible Man was pretty good. If you haven't seen it, spooky season, it's good for a watch. But these are small films. They're smaller films. And this deal was made after The Mummy, the Tom Cruise Mummy movie.
I was going to say, is this part of the Dark Universe cinematic universe?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
The Dark Universe was scrapped and turned into a theme park, which we can talk about later. But they literally just turned Dark Universe into a theme park, which I'm excited to go. It's opening in March, I think, at Universal Studios. But no, the whole reason this universe exists is because The Mummy was such a flop and the Dark Universe just totally went under. So they said, they made a deal with Blumhouse, hey, why don't you make these movies for, you know, 5 to 25 million, which is on the lower side, and churn them out. So Invisible Man was pretty good. This Wolfman movie, I think, looks pretty good. I'm not crazy about the aesthetic of the Wolfman, but we haven't really seen a final look, so we'll see.
It's funny when you think of like The Mummy, like you obviously think of the movies, but like even before those movies like came out, when you think of a mummy, you think of like, wrapped in the wrappings and walking with your hands out.
Right. I mean, the whole bit in that movie was totally wrong with the Tom Cruise movie of just turning the mummy into a superhero, because that was the whole twist of that movie, was he's the mummy by the end of it. It's such a piece of fucking shit.
I haven't seen it.
It's a hunk of junk. It's a hunk of junk. Obviously, because they had cast every other like creature that was going to be in that Universal Monster verse, and the whole thing went away. But there's an old cursed image of what was to be, when it was Johnny Depp was going to be an Invisible Man, and Benicio del Toro. No, who was Benicio?
Guillermo
I
del
forget
Toro.
everyone. No. Benicio. Whatever. Who cares? The point is, it's dead. It's dead.
It's dead.
Baba Booey.
Like the mummy.
So we got this instead.
Do we want to watch this
They're
right
reading
now?
the Wolfman. They're reading all the Wolfmen. But yeah, we can check it out if you want. If you want to look at a little bit of it, you got the link.
I'll watch it for 2 seconds here. You got a man. It's moaning.
Ginger? Ginger, are you okay? Look. Sean, are you hurt?
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Are you okay?
It's a truck in a tree.
Hey, no. Don't move. Climb up through the window right there. You can do it. You'll be okay.
Why'd she do that?
We have to leave right now. Run.
Hello? Can you hear me?
He's been cursed by the Wolfman. He get it, dude.
We were in an accident.
Yeah.
Daddy, are we gonna
You know what happens when the Wolfman scratches you?
And we were attacked.
You nut.
You want to become the
My
Wolfman,
husband
dude.
was infected.
My husband was infected.
Like.
Nice. What if someone you loved?
Daddy.
I'm about to come.
It's a child on the screen.
What's wrong with Daddy?
I put some played late. It played late. It played late. It played late.
BK.
Delayed.
Chungus. Something else.
Can you understand me?
He's becoming wolf. Facts.
Daddy's mean.
He's becoming wolf.
He's mean.
Hurry, Mommy is coming.
Furry mommy is coming. Hey, jump scare me. Nice. Looks pretty good.
It's the Wolfman. It's the Wolfman. So there you have it.
Yep. All right. Next thing. Freddy 5 Bear 2. Any Freddy 5 Bears in chat?
Ooh.
Give me a Freddy 5 if you're in 5 chat, Bear.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. December 5th. I don't think we've talked about the first one on the stream. I mean,
I don't think we have it yet either. Freddy 5 Bear 1 was it was kind of funny actually, thinking back on it.
it was, and it had its cute moments, you know, but it was pretty. I thought it was pretty rough. The actual, and I get, you know, there were a lot of. It just wasn't for me, I guess. You know, I mean, I was casually aware of Five Nights at Freddy's. I had played the first game years ago. I never got like super into it, but
Yeah, I mean,
I know there were some
in
like
high school, so
yeah. I know there were people that were really into it.
it's Freddy Fazbear. Yeah, what if?
Yeah. But that first one, yeah, man. I mean, it was the plot itself. Like it made it. Some people really dug it or thought it was like capture the essence of the games, but that screenplay's a fucking mess, dude. We're talking about the first one, Luda. It is not.
Yeah, it's I think if you're just a casual fan of the series, it's like a fun little watch, but don't like go into it thinking it's don't think
You want to see for you just for Josh? I mean, everyone wanted to see it for Josh. Look, Josh, and for what it's worth, he was good. He was bringing some sauce, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, but that screenplay, man, it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, there's part like it's
I fall asleep and I see the when I fall when I go to sleep I see my brother.
there's like this cop character in it too, and like she does so many not cop kind of things.
God. And the twist, every twist is a twist of the knife. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there's a lot of twists that you're like something's up with this, and then something is up with it, and you're like, I knew there was something up with this.
Yeah, well, you just see it obviously coming. There's coming. You see it obviously, and
Dang.
yeah, even if like I'm someone who doesn't even know that much about the lore of the game, and even I knew exactly what the fuck was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and that just felt annoying. Like I wish they would have subverted it a little more because in trying to like incorporate all the lore that they did, it stifles the story. It's hard to explain without seeing it, I guess. Don't want to get to it.
The deaths?
No, the deaths are not that fun. Were they? They're not. It's PG-13.
I don't remember any of the deaths.
I don't remember any death being cool.
Yeah.
I remember deaths occurring. I don't remember them being. Well, you better catch up because number
Second one's
2
coming
is
out.
Yeah. I don't know, but Max and I'll probably see it opening day. You know.
Yeah, I'll go down to Florida and then we'll catch it in theaters. It'll be worth it. All right, next thing. Or was this now?
Oh, well, we got to see if he's on the line yet. So as we said, if you're just joining us, Zack the Hack Levi, the DC superhero turned Trumper, he's calling in. We had a lot to say last week about RFK, not RDJ, RFK, and RFK himself called in. Now Zack wants to speak for himself. So we had him on the line. We're gonna see if he's ready yet. He's been very demanding, actually. He's been yelling a lot. He sent a very angry DM, really pissed off about everything we were saying last week about anti-vaxxers and all that stuff. So we're going to see if he can call. I know he just wants to. He has Max's personal number.
Yeah, he's got my number.
DMing me.
Probably off the Trump mail list or something. But yeah, we're gonna see if Zack Levi can call in right now. Yeah, that pick on the left is he actually submitted that one. He wanted us to use that one.
The whole thing's very bizarre.
Yeah. Oh, show kitties.
I got an ETA from him. He says he's calling in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. In the meantime, here's Shaggy.
Get him on the line. Let's look at the cat.
Shaggy's been mildly constipated the last couple days. He smells like poop. He pooped on the floor today in the kitchen a little bit, like a golf ball about. Yeah. Not much more.
Like that.
But yeah, we got a great night planned for you guys. We got monologues. He's covering the fucking camera. All right. We got monologues. We got dogs. We have desks.
Were you watching the morning news today, Max? You see the morning news today?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Sometimes I don't know. Tell me
They
about
say Hoda's retiring from the Today Show.
it. Hoda.
Yeah.
Hold up my
Hoda
balls
Khan.
in your mouth.
Yeah, more like Hoda Nut.
Put a
More like Hoda, I'll see you later.
Wait, I can do something too. There we go. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I ate that. I ate everything.
We need a proper laugh track, so we also need.
Yeah. Wide ass. Oh, I don't got commands. I'm sorry.
No commands.
I
Not
don't know how
allowed.
to do that. I don't have simps that set up commands for me. Sorry. Everyone else we know has people that do it for them.
Did you see Beetlejuice yet, Max?
No, I've still only seen the first half hour.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's
Whacking, dude.
pretty good.
Especially during spooky season. That's whack.
I've been busy watching other spooky movies.
Yeah, like Salem Slop.
Nut.
Yeah. We watched the first Halloween the other day.
Banger alert. Banger.
I mean, yeah.
Are you for real, Max? You're gonna fucking piss me off. If
I'm not gonna piss you off. I just want to say, one thing about it is that you can tell that it's the one that set up the tropes.
It set the standard.
Yeah.
It's the first.
I'm not shitting on it for that. I'm just saying, like...
It's the first, dude. Come on. Whack opinion. Hello, NJ. Fucking Max in here talking shit on the original Halloween.
Nut.
Everybody's putting
L.
words in my mouth right now.
That's L.
There's only one thing I like putting in my mouth.
Yeah, I know, dude.
In my nut.
I'm saying the first Halloween, the opening scene alone, dude. Come on, through the perspective of little Michael going to the house. Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah, that's
ding,
great. That's
dude,
great.
come on.
The theme is great. All right, we'll keep talking on this in a little bit. I got a call from a
bring
certain
the
Zachary
graphic
Levi.
back. Once again, if you're just joining us, Zachary Levi is calling.
Yep.
He wants to clear the air on some things.
Hello,
We said last.
Zachary Levi.
What's up? It's Zack here.
Yeah, you're here. You won't be able to hear my co-host Hayden, but I'll talk for him. But it's great to have you on, Zach. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, guys. I got the love of Jesus in my heart and soul, and it just feels so great to finally let the world know my truth.
Yeah.
Ask him what the truth exactly is, because I'm confused.
Yeah, Hayden and I are wondering what exactly your truth is that you're trying to let the world know.
And honestly, I had to really think about it, and I had left prayer one day, and I had to let the world know. I think that honestly, we can't start playing. We can't be playing these games anymore. That's why I had to endorse.
The question is, what games are we talking about here, Zach? All right, can I call you Zach? Or do I have to call you Zachary, Mr. Levi?
Zach's fine.
Zach is fine. Okay.
And I just honestly, I got tired of it. I got tired of seeing the state of the world, the state of this country, and we just really need a return to form. We need
Man, this is ridiculous. Can you ask him just what people are disappointed? Does he understand that?
Quite frankly, I just feel like the people like you guys on this podcast,
people like us.
It makes me upset to really think about the fact that you guys are just always spreading lies and
what lies are we spreading? What lies we haven't said anything about?
What did I say?
Even you yet? What did Hayden say? What sort of lies are we throwing around here?
No, because I know I've heard the things that you guys have been trying to say about me, and it's just ridiculous. And that you really want me to trust the hospitals and put that poison in my body, and I just refuse to do it.
Whoa,
Trust
And
the
honestly,
hospitals.
We haven't even brought up.
and I've actually looked at your podcast before.
Oh, you're a fan.
First of all, it's a stream, not a
And
podcast.
quite
Remind
frankly, I
them.
think you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
should just get some pussy.
Hayden wants to remind you that it's a stream, not a podcast. But thank you for watching
Whatever you
anyway.
guys want to call it, whatever's going on with you guys, all I want to say is that you really just need to get a life and just stop with this
Let's
BS.
ask him why does he think Trump is the lesser of two evils? This is what I want to know. And why would how irresponsible is that?
And as Trump is the hero of this nation,
Yeah, we have a question.
You guys are the cancer. You guys are the cancer.
We have a statement from you saying that Trump is the
honestly, and quite honestly, I just think it just makes me sick. Makes me sick.
Yeah.
Think about what you guys are trying to peddle to these kids, and it just makes.
All right. Well, then let's get your opinion on a couple of things here. Because if you want to get you're sick of our opinions, you obviously have things to say. You've been talking nonstop. So, couple questions. One, why do you think Trump is the lesser of two evils? And two, what do you think about Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Well, to answer your first question,
Yeah.
Trump is definitely the way to go. I mean, when you think about Kamala Harris, you just look at her and you just take one look at her and you just realize that she's just not to be trusted.
Just one look?
Whoa, what does that mean?
What do you mean one look?
Look at her.
You judging her by your appearance or something, or am I putting words in your mouth here?
Listen, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm giving you a chance here.
All you guys ever do is say things that just aren't true, and it just makes me sick.
What have we said that are untrue?
All I'm saying,
I don't know,
is that she's not to be trusted, and you can just tell that there's nothing about her that's genuine. It's just she's just.
But there is about Trump,
and when you think about Trump, you know, he's just the guy who obviously just has the faculties in order to get the job done and to put this country back together piece by piece. Now, as far as Harold in the Purple Crayon,
this is what people want.
And the fact that you wouldn't even bring that up at this time like this is how I know you guys are full of shit.
It's not our fault you made a shitty movie. Why don't you remind him of that?
Hayden wants me to remind you that it's not our fault that you made a shitty movie, and we had nothing to do with that. And we were just brought it up because we're like a movie and film podcast. You're an actor, and the chat asked the question. They're fans. They were fans of you, but honestly, after this interview, I don't know what's going to happen.
You know what? If you guys were true fans of me, then you would understand and you would support me in my endorsement of Trump and the fact that he's big, like the Big Macs that you see with the chicken in them, which actually I had a bite and I thought was incredibly delicious. I hope that the fans out there.
It's sponsored by McDonald's. What is that?
Is it a McDonald's commercial?
The chicken Big Macs. Duh.
Can we get a from you?
Chicken Big Macs.
You know what? I'm getting heated.
That's
Sir.
okay.
Why? I came on here just to let you guys know that honestly, this is getting out of hand, and really, what you need to do, is just get some goddamn pussy.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Get some pussy.
What is that?
I'm sick and tired of this inceldom that's going on here on this podcast. All you do is jerk each other's dicks all day.
Listen.
I'm getting tired. That's why we need Trump back in office, because this country is really just getting a little too.
How is Trump going to get me pussy?
Man, you know what? You need to start acting like a real man. Stop acting like such a.
I'm wearing a blazer.
Such a pansy pussy.
Whoa! Why is he so angry?
I don't know. Hayden wants to understand why you're so angry.
No.
No, okay.
No, because there's quite literally there's just a bunch of faggotry going on in this country.
Whoa.
And I'm just getting tired of it.
Whoa, Mr. Levi, Zach. Tone it down. We're on live internet right now. I guess that is fine then. But
Because you
Maybe
keep
for our audience.
and then you want to bring up Harold and the Purple Crayon, like I haven't done my best efforts to be the hero that this country needs. I stand by Harold and the Purple Crayon. I stand by Shazam. I stand by Trump. Fuck off.
okay.
Well,
How'd you feel about
Yeah.
Black Adam and The Rock, and The Rock deciding that he wanted Superman to be Black Adam's arch nemesis, when in the comics it's you, Shazam, but he didn't want anything to do with you or your movie?
You know what? When it comes to The Rock, I think he's a fucking poser.
Mhm.
I think
Okay.
his cheesy smile. I don't like his veneers. I think he's a cornball. And quite honestly, it's just ridiculous. I put a lot of time and effort into my craft, and the fact that he thinks that he can just deny what is rightfully mine.
Right.
What do you mean by all of this? Why is so much owed to him? Can you ask him that? Why do you feel all of this is owed to him?
Quite honestly, just it actually
In a
breaks my heart.
Um,
But you know, when he burns in the fiery pits of hell, that won't have anything to do with me.
okay. Question from my co-host Hayden here. He was wondering, why do you think all of these things are owed to you? Like, you know, the movies and whatnot. And we're also wondering if we're getting a Shazam 3, but why do you feel like the world owes you something?
I can't speak on Shazam 3. All I'll let you know is that I've been working very, very hard. I've been trying to make this country proud. I've been trying to make my mother proud. I've been trying to make God proud, Jesus proud.
Right.
That's all I'll say. And with Mr. Donald, you know, he showed bravery in that McDonald's the other day, and I just
Bravery in the McDonald's. It's brave.
I think, and you know,
What was brave about working at McDonald's for 2 hours?
see, it's something that you won't understand, because all the vaccines are rushing to your brain, and it's quite honestly causing you brain damage.
Then help me understand.
But listen, when Trump, he's showing that he's an everyman. Those fries, that was a symbol of bravery.
Yeah. Then he deep fried them.
Along with the chicken Big Mac as well. I don't know if I said that
Big
earlier.
Mac. You did bring up the chicken Big Mac.
Look, I got it.
We got enough.
Big Mac.
We got not enough. Well, we got a lot of chicken
it's really just a
Big Mac
giant
here.
chicken McNugget. Can you remind him that?
Oh yeah,
All the
Hayden
chicken-
wants
all the
to
chicken-
remind you that it's just a giant chicken McNugget.
You're just a giant chicken McNugget.
Oh,
And RFK Jr. is actually, you know, he's also a person that I greatly admire as well.
we had RFK Jr. on our last show, actually.
Well, now he's talking about RFK. I can't keep track of anything this guy's saying in chat. I mean, what? I don't understand.
And for any of those conservative homosexuals out there, I'm sure they think he's very, very handsome as well.
Donald Trump is very handsome.
RFK Jr. as
RFK Jr. Okay, both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they do have some. They have some features to them.
I mean, look, he's a good looking guy. I don't see the relevancy of that when it comes to my vote.
I mean, Hayden, did you have any other questions here?
I guess I just want to
let you
know
you guys
how
need to
he
stop
can
running your
sleep at night.
mouths, and you really need to start a family, because everything that you're telling to the youth is just dead wrong. And I came on here to just set the record straight.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think the record's
God is my
trashy.
witness.
I mean,
As God is your witness. Okay. Why do you think God's looking at you?
because he thinks he's the
See,
chosen one.
again, with these
He's
vaccines
delusional.
are corrupting your entire outlook on life, because obviously Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and he's looking at all of us to do the right thing and to make the right things happen, to put this country get back together piece by piece.
But how do we do that? Can you ask him that?
We're wondering, how do we put the country together piece by piece? What are these pieces that we're putting together?
Just like a chicken McNugget and a chicken Big Mac. It goes piece by piece, part by part, and it takes effort. And it takes bravery, just like Donald
Chicken
Trump.
McNuggets are famously ground up chicken meat into a paste. That's not really pieces. It's more just like mashing everything together into a pink goop that gets fried.
This
Oh,
chicken
is that
Big
what they
Mac
told you in
concept-
liberal arts college?
That's what I
Oh
saw a
my
video of that in like
Oh my-
elementary school. There's a video of a bunch of kids seeing the process, and then they're like, "Do you guys want to eat chicken McNuggets?" After seeing the gross process, and they're like, "Yeah."
Man, this fake news is literally affecting you, and I feel bad for you, honestly.
Well, I'm glad you have some empathy in your heart.
Can you just ask him at least one more thing? Just
Yeah,
ask
one
him
more
how
thing
he can
for you,
sleep
though.
at night, knowing that all these children that looked up to him.
Man, if there's any viewers at all in this silly little program of yours, I just hope they know that they're steering you down the wrong path, and it's a one-way ticket to hell. So I hope you guys turn back fast.
One last question for you. How do you sleep at night knowing that you're saying all these things to children and influencing them to believe in conspiratorial nonsense?
Nonsense. You know what? You know what's nonsense? Is all that liberal arts propaganda that they're telling you. And quite honestly, the fact I think you might have parasites in your brain, because I'm just getting so
Like RFK?
tired of all of this BS that you're spewing, and you're trying to talk to me. You're trying to tell me. You're trying to tell me.
You know, RFK has a dead parasite in his brain.
Back on track, and you're just sitting there derailing the whole entire nation
I'm-
into complete and utter chaos. Sodom and Gomorrah.
I don't have a voice for the whole nation. You're a much bigger celebrity than me. I'm not even a celebrity.
No. Because all these podcasts, all these Twitch streams, or whatever you want to call it, are out here. You're trying to analyze me. You talk about Harold and the Purple Crayon. You're trying to talk down.
We've
on
never
me
talked
when
about
I'm
you before.
Shazam. I'm a hero. So I'm a hero to these fucking people. Okay, I'm a hero, and you're fucking nobody. You're fucking,
Okay,
you're fucking baby poo-poo your diaper, okay? And your co-host,
guess.
too. Hey, your
Okay.
co-host get a fucking real haircut, for one.
I do have a,
Whoa.
I'm getting so sick. I'm just so sick and tired of this nonsense that comes out of this podcast.
This is ridiculous. You know
All
what?
right.
Just one last question. Ask him about Indiana Jones
Quite
and the last
frankly,
16.
it just makes me sick.
And then after that, we
All
gotta
right.
cut this because I can't listen to this bullshit anymore.
For real, one last question here. What is your opinion on the upcoming the acquisition by RFK Jr. of the Indiana Jones IP and the upcoming film Indiana Jones and the Last Vaccine?
Because he's going to be in it.
Apparently, you're going to be in that movie, and we were just wondering, is there any insider knowledge you can share with us? Anything RFK has shared with you about the general plot? Because we're early in development. I know things can change, but
I'm not at liberty to talk to you chumps about this. It's a real movie for real men and not boys like you guys. Okay.
Okay.
right, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Well,
you know
thanks
what?
for joining
Fuck
us, Zach Levi.
No.
And then next time, find salvation, and then go to the strip club. So help me God.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do
All
that. Have a good time and not making any movies for the next 20 years.
Call him
And
Zack
I'm the
Hack.
real
You're
hero.
Zach the Hack Levi. Have a great night. Go make Harold in the Indigo Crayon. I don't give a shit.
Bitch.
It's over. All right, that was a good
Wow.
interview.
Oh my God.
Hey,
That was unbelievable. What an asshole. I'm so sick of this bullshit. Calling us what the slurs unnecessary.
he brought out a slur. That's crazy. That's Zach Levi for real. That was actually Zach Levi. He called in. That was Shazam.
Unbelievable. Because he was so pissed off about what we had to say. Why should he care?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unbelievable.
He knew a lot about us, actually, weirdly enough. That was
Well, that was ridiculous. Yeah, but hopefully the guy has a change of heart, gets it together, because that was pretty insulting and maddening.
All
I'm real.
Hope you guys enjoyed that exclusive interview. We're going to aim to have exclusive interviews pretty often. We had RFK
We got a
last
couple of
week.
big ones in the can, but yeah,
Got our
that's
producers
Zack
reaching out to
motherfucker.
agents and stuff. Yeah,
That was ridiculous.
it was fun.
All right, well, let's move on. Look, we talked about Comic-Con. We talked to fucking Zack the Hack. You know, we gave him his piece. All that came out of his mouth was a bunch of bullshit about Big Mac. So let's
let a
move it.
cat
Let's
in.
keep it.
You can start talking about Blade.
All right, yo. Well, did you see this? Blade's canceled. What a shock is that, huh? Is that a shock?
Not.
No shock here. It's not official, but they pulled it. Yeah, it's probably canceled. They pulled it from the schedule again. They pulled it from 2025's release schedule. It looks like it is cooked because there's no way, if they're not even going to shoot it next year, there's no way that Mahershala is going to hang on this long. I mean, the guy's already, how old's Mahershala?
I don't know.
Fucking, he's 50 now. So yeah, this is,
Yeah.
yeah, it's looking like it.
How's it going, Velvet Prince?
Welcome,
You just
Velvet.
missed a big interview.
Big Dynamite, and big for us, but small for the guest was a pill, but yeah. So this Blade movie, it's just probably not happening, y'all. This is probably not happening. Like I said, there's no way Mahershala is going to hang on to this shit. I mean, it's done.
Yeah, I mean it was something that I was mildly looking forward to. You know, see what they do with it. The original movies were fun, so. Oh well.
Look, at this point, it's like, why don't they just say fuck it and wait until we get through all this Doomsday, New Avengers bullshit, and we can bring back Wesley Snipes for Secret Wars. Everyone will like that, and then just wait and reboot it till after. Because
yeah, I mean Marvel. After all this, it's gonna need some more like. I mean, it's been needing this, but it needs more like singular focus movies, singular focus projects, not like grand involving everybody Avengers style bullshit for every movie.
Yes, Velvet, they did announce it years ago. And Luna, yeah, I read comics semi-frequently. I used to be like a little freak.
Not.
And read a lot of comics, but I don't read as much anymore. The last thing I did read, though, was that new Absolute Batman, which was pretty cool. We don't talk about comics as much. There were a lot of comics announced at New York Comic-Con, but, we don't talk about the books as much.
I would imagine
I did not read the Vampire.
Would have comics in it.
I did. Yeah, one would think. They announced a new Star Wars book too. That looks kind of interesting. But
I think they announced the last of the High Republic books. I think they're finishing out the High Republic era.
Yeah, the art they
showed
some art and stuff, and it looked pretty good. But no, I didn't read the recent vampire story. I heard a little bit about it. Like I read snippets, but I can't claim to have followed it all.
Right.
Because I didn't.
I read like 2 issues, but Blade was a bad guy who wanted to turn everyone into vampires. I didn't keep up with it, but that seems like a fun storyline.
I thought it was going for like a redemption thing, or he was like hypnotized or something. I don't know. I don't remember. Was lost in the sauce. He had the anti-life equation.
Not.
So yeah, it's a sad song to sing. Blade. Goose is cooked. Not looking like it's going to happen. What are you going to do? There's so much potential for it, though, to be so great.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I mean, maybe this is a good thing because all the rumors about where it was going, it was maybe going to be about Blade's daughter or some shit. Like, nobody wants to see this shit. We want a fucking vampire. Like, we want a good action vampire movie. Nobody. So, I don't know. And obviously, Bo DeMeo was attached as the screenwriter for a long time. So
yeah, and they don't like him anymore.
That fucked a lot of shit up.
Not.
Yeah.
Baba Boy.
Yeah, I mean, we have a fun action vampire movie from Marvel. It came out 2023. It's called Morbius. If you're interested.
Baba Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame about that. I like vampire movies. It just made me think about Ultraviolet a second ago. That was a movie. I think that was that vampire? I don't even remember.
Which movie? Ultraviolet?
Yeah. Is that like vaguely vampire?
Luna, what were we talking about other than
Morbius?
that? Oh, Morbius.
Yeah. Real recommendation. All right, what is the next thing we got going on here? Oh, here we go. Test screenings for Brave New World not going great. There's a new Captain America movie.
Yeah, so the word does not exist here. Fair enough.
You got morbed.
Once you get morbed, you won't get morbed again, you know.
Famous
yeah,
Rolling
the test screenings for Brave New World are not great, but what are you going to do? I mean, the word on the street is basically that it is still a mess, that it still feels like a movie that has a lot of disparate ideas that don't really come together. It's unfortunate. Who knows the truth, though? We got to see it for ourselves. I liked the trailer, but I mean, I thought that it looked like trying to do Winter Soldier kind of vibe again with Harrison Ford Hulk. So,
one thing,
yeah, but I don't know.
You may not have noticed. We did get an email in the company email earlier from a supposed leaker about some insider, like behind the scenes footage of this movie. I don't know if you'd like to check it out on stream. It might not be a great idea.
Oh yeah, great. Let's take a. This is from some of the test footage they showed. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just pull it up here.
Yeah, let's check this out. Another exclusive here. We're full of them tonight. It's awesome.
Not that. Hold on. Let me figure out my life here. Okay. Yep. All right. Here we go. This is the test footage that they screened for Captain America and the Brave New World.
This
like must be like
or something?
Probably like a blocking storyboard thing. It looks like. But
all right.
We'll see this. See how it goes.
In the bio, and come be part of my Patreon.
What's going on?
Exclusive videos and photos, advanced content, all material available for download, and the option for you to send your story, and I will create it for you.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Come to Patreon Wopa.
What's this about?
I don't know. This is.
Wait a second.
All right.
Whoa! We gotta. What was that? What was that about?
Don't know.
No.
Don't know.
That's what they're going with?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can see why they didn't like that.
Yeah, I can see what all the controversy's about. I didn't look too great. I mean, curious as to what the idea is there, what the context of that scene might be.
I didn't even see Falcon or Red Hulk in that at all.
No.
That was just Steve Rogers.
Yeah, weird. Maybe
it's a
Mary
Jane
or something. I don't know. That was weird, dude.
No.
Yeah, but I'm glad I saw it. That's confirming some.
We saw
rumors.
it. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Interesting.
Cool. What's next? Recap.
Well, let's hope it all turns out okay, though. Let's hope it's good.
All right.
Yep, it's time to recap the recap. This is right before we open it up for anybody who has any questions or wants to call in and have a little conversation about whatever you want to have a conversation about.
Yeah, so
we can do that. We're going to recap the recaps. We're going to hit that music and speed run through everything we have talked about.
Oh, shit, I'm not ready with
also,
the music.
maybe give some Cliff's notes as to the little combo we had with Zack Levi. If anyone wants to call in, the Discord link is pinned at the top. You can call in, or you can just chat hit us in the chat and ask any questions you might want to ask there, just for opinions purposes, or
all right,
whatever you want to ask. You want to know my shoe size?
Here we go. I'm gonna do the recap. Here we go. You ready?
Bing, ding, bing, bing, bong.
All right. There was Comic-Con. Nothing happened. New Creature Commandos drew. That's a TV show. Daredevil got a release date, March 4th, 2025. Herbie from Fantastic Four. Wolfman trailer. Freddy Fazbear 2. We had Zack Levi on the show. Blade got canceled. And we just showed this. Yeah.
Cool. We have recapped the recap.
Yep.
Oh, and also Zach Levi, when he called, he was just a big poser and a big loser. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
All right. We got any call-ins?
Questions. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. I know we got the Juan Lennon video sent in. I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's a pretty good tune. Yeah, if anyone wants to call in, chat about whatever you want to chat about. You don't have to chat about any of the subjects from tonight's.
Yeah, NJ, if you're still here, I mentioned earlier about Halloween, and I was, talking the deepest shit ever about it. I was just dragging it through the dirt, and you said we should be allowed to shit talk old movies.
I agree with that.
If you want to talk about that, that'd be a fun little.
Halloween is a little messy. Yeah, March was sooner than I expected, and I'm excited about it. I also loved the next Netflix series. I did think it started to drag a little on the back end, though. The Bullseye season, there were really cool moments, but it was kind of a slog for me, those first, 5 episodes. But I think, like we said, this is 9 episodes, so I think I'm hopeful that they got a good little pocket going on here. But, yeah, Daredevil, it's going to be a banger. Hoping at least, but everybody, they're all saying, they're all pretty positive on it. Like, at the panel, Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, was really raving about it, saying that it pretty much just picks up where they left off. In many ways, it's just another season of the Netflix show, but with a little bit of tonal tweaking. But it's still dark. Like we were talking about earlier, we have both seen the footage from Comic-Con, which I don't think we can show here because it was a leak. But that footage looked good. It looked pretty damn good. I was pretty excited about it. And it looked way more just fucking screwed and fucked up, man, than I thought it would. But yeah, it looked like some good choreography.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got big eyes on us, Lynn. We got big eyes on us. Zach Levi just called.
Yeah, Zach Levi's a fan, and
we can't give it all away.
He knows at least one person in the biz.
But even in that, Punisher is apparently really in the pocket in this show too. He was in the footage they showed at Comic-Con. NJ, I agree with you. I think after next week, we're gonna do our Halloween Spooktacular next week. Big Halloween Spooktacular show.
Yep.
During that show, we can shit talk some old horror movies too. I definitely can do that. I certainly can. But we could do a lot of. I guess NJ, you would have to expand on art house. I think that, your definition or where that extends, because there's some shit that's considered art house that I think is great, and there's some shit that is considered art house that I think is. Sleep medicine. So that's valid. It's very valid. In the 70s, a lot of films of the late 60s and 70s in particular have a lot of dead space in them. I've noticed, and everybody talks about how great movies were in the 70s, and I agree, but I tend to like the schlockier, more ridiculous shit from the 70s. Oh, I kind of like Brazil, NJ, but I get what you're saying. I just like it. I guess I enjoy the aesthetics, but I think I would overall agree with you because I think Terry Gilliam is a little overrated, which, it's a controversial opinion, but you might agree if Brazil's at the top of your list. Brazil is one I at least enjoy the practical makeup and that sort of filmmaking aspect of it because it's still ambitious and has a wide scope in that sense. But it is kind of a snooze sometimes. So
I've seen old movies, but I never really fucked with them. I think a lot of that just has to do with the kind of movies that you see on TV. Because everybody who sees movies growing up, it's at least for me, a lot of the time, it's just what's on TV or what do you have a DVD of or what's in theaters. And old movies, unless you're out looking for them or you're on, the one channel that shows old movies, you're not watching them.
As a kid even, I kind of watched a lot of TCM and shit just really because I was like an insomnia. I loved staying up late and shit, even as a kid. And if I wasn't watching fucking Adult Swim or something, that was just what else was on was the old movies. So I have a real affinity for them. But it depends. Deep Throat. Oh yeah, that is definitely considered our house and how artful it is. But yeah, NJ, there's a lot. I mean, I still watch a lot of old movies though. I mean, I can't lie to you. I'm kind of one of those pricks who think movies just aren't the same anymore.
Not.
You know.
What is the definition of art house?
Well, this
gay.
is why I asked NJ to expand on his definition, because I have seen Only God Forgives. Yeah, NJ, it's rough. What sucks, because everybody, I mean, I feel like we might have even seen it around the same time, because I was I was one of those fucking teenagers who just loved Drive, as a lot of fucking dudes. We did, though. We watched Only God Forgives together. I remember we paid for it, too. It cost like fucking $20 to whatever, dude. But, yeah, it's rough. I still think there are, like, pretty looking scenes, but, you know, make a fucking picture book. Yeah, the dude with the sword is kind of cool. There's the weird incestuous thing, though, also going on. I don't know, man. And Ryan Gosling's character there is like such a pale imitation of the character from Drive. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, I saw Only God Forgives. I remember being like really pumped on it because I loved Drive so much in high school, and being really hyped on Only God Forgives. And I guess you could consider that art house. I mean, it's action art house though, which I think 9 times out of 10 fucking sucks. Like when you try and make an action art house sort of film, it almost always blows. Like, what was You Were Never Really There? Have you ever seen that? It's an action movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and it's just a snooze. It's like the most boring. I fucking fell asleep twice. That movie's crazy. As in, not.
As in Loco.
Drive, yeah. Yeah, Drive is cool. I mean, looking back on Drive, I don't love it as much now as I did in high school. But it's a good movie. I think it's a very solid movie. It's got a solid screenplay, though. It's all in the story, you know, which Only God Forgives does not have.
What did you think of the prequel to Drive, Baby Driver?
Not.
I like Baby Driver a lot, but I'm a big Edgar Wright guy. Hot Fuzz is one of my favorite movies, so.
Nice.
I love that movie.
Yeah, he's a baby. What do you think of a Baby Boss? Or Boss Baby, sorry.
Boss Baby. It's fun. It's goofy.
Can you believe that Alec Baldwin killed someone on Boss Baby too?
Whoa. He was found innocent.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. He still pulled the trigger.
True. Yeah, Baby Driver is nicely paced, and it's just got a dynamite soundtrack. That's what, you know, Edgar Wright's in the pocket on that shit. He's good, really good at that shit. Yeah, I get you. But I just feel like he had some responsibility, but it's really on the armorer. Like, at working so long, those old heads too, he's been doing these films forever. It is their job to fucking quadruple check the barrel. The fact that there were live rounds in there in the first place is insane. So I don't know why he was supposed to know that he fucking put rounds in there. Oh yeah, before Ansel got canceled. Funny, we're talking about Only God Forgives though, and Ansel was in that fucking Nicholas Winding Refn show, that Tokyo Vice. I didn't even watch that shit though.
Not.
I don't even care.
Not.
But yeah, for me, look, in the argument of old movies, I mean, I think there's a lot of shit that's so good. I mean, we were watching. I showed you a clip of Tenebrae, one of my favorite films, Dario Argento, and there's just sauce on it though. There's like some of these a lot of older films have a lot of sauce on them, and then a lot are just snooze fests, and that's fine. But there's such a wide breadth of them. You know, film's been around for a long time. There's a lot of junk, as there are in any era, and there's a lot of greatness, as there is in any era. So, it's kind of my opinion on that. I just watched a couple weeks ago a film, 1939. It was released in 1939. Nothing Sacred. It is it's a rom-com. I laughed harder at that movie than I've laughed watching a comedy movie in a long time. So I thought it was genuinely very, very funny, and the romance was sweet. Yeah. And I mean, I watched a colorized version though, and that's another thing. I know some people just don't like watching black and white films, which is fair, but most movies these days get restored and colorized, so you can always explore that option.
Which is
Tokyo
interesting.
Vice Loki.
The idea of colorization is an interesting thought, because like these movies aren't designed around you seeing color. Like, they know when they're shooting them it's going to be in black and white, so it doesn't. They're just looking for contrast and, you know, grayscales versus color.
Well, the colorization, we're getting really fucking nerdy now, but the colorization process is something that I really find interesting and cool to watch, because so many of them are hand painted. Like, you color them frame by frame like a fucking coloring book, and it gives it this like ethereal aesthetic that I think is pretty interesting and entertaining.
It is.
So.
But, you know, if you don't like black and white movies, but you want to try an old movie, I would suggest, you know, The Wizard of Oz. It was a pretty, it's a pretty good remake.
The classic. Yeah.
Don't watch the original Wizard of Oz. That I tried to watch that the other day. It's like a 1910 movie, a silent film.
Why did you try and watch that?
Because I saw James Gunn tweeted a tweet saying, like, he responded on Twitter, on Threads. He was like, "What are your favorite remakes?" And one of them was The Wizard of Oz. And then someone's like,
yeah.
That's a remake? And he's like, "Yeah, there's a
the
silent
worst
film."
one is the Frankenstein because he was talking about Frankenstein 1910. Oh, I was going to show you too. The other day, Max was talking about, and I was going to save this for the spectacular, but I'll show it now because I'm having to pack up everything. All my film posters and stuff are gone. One I'm hanging on to for the purposes of next week because I'll be in a mostly empty house for a week. But Max was saying he just started watching The Bride of Frankenstein, a banger. This is how much I fucking like that movie, dude.
Wow.
OG print of that movie. I fucks with it. Get with the program.
He fucks it.
Oh shit.
No.
Anyway.
You sure?
So I guess you could say I like old films.
No.
Old movies.
No.
Do you like future movies? What the fuck was this?
I was gonna pretend like I spilled that drink on it.
Not.
Velvet, you didn't know they did that actually. Was that in reference to colorizing the film? Assuming that was. This is an arduous process. And once again, I guess fuck it, because I don't even care. I'll get nerdy again. I was just watching BFI, the British Film Institute. We're doing a little documentary about how they're restoring the old Sherlock Holmes silent films that all got like fucked up. That were the only films that were like actually overseen and written with Arthur Conan Doyle, who wrote the Sherlock Holmes books. And they're restoring those movies right now, and I'm very interested in seeing that. I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. When I was in England a month ago, we went to the Sherlock Holmes place. Whatever the address is.
Baker Street?
Baker Street, yeah. We saw that. He was there.
Did you know that the show House is Sherlock Holmes? It's the whole thing is supposed to be what if Sherlock Holmes was American and was today and he became a doctor?
You know, I kind of see it.
With House, Holmes, and he's just a prick.
But
and
it's
a drug
like
addict.
his sidekicks are all like, they're like professionals in their own sense, but they never do it correctly enough, or they don't never get results.
Yeah.
And
there are a lot of, even though he also his apartment is on like Baker Avenue or some bullshit too. So
I actually couldn't watch.
Yeah, Luna, it's kind of fun. It's also just kind of some mid alts.
I could not watch House for the longest time as a kid because I got traumatized watching it once, where it was just on the TV, and there was some kid in like, it was one of those, it was like the pre thing, you're watching the kid like get hurt before like the house part happens, like the intro scene, and it was some kid in like the inside of a body exhibit walking around, and then he like was like and then like shit blood everywhere, and then like had bloody diarrhea, and then like he's dying, call 911, and that like freaked me out for some reason, and I couldn't watch it until I was an adult.
So you say it's pretty good for what it is. You're talking about House or BBC Sherlock? Because I'm now seeing, Luna, you asked about the BBC show. I was very, very into it back when it was around. I think it, as most shows do, it kind of dwindled as it went. But also, British shows usually don't. I mean, British shows, that's the whole point of why they only make fucking 6 episodes a season or whatever the fuck. So I was kind of disappointed that as it went, it kind of... You were insufferable when you watched the show, or it was insufferable, or both, or what do you mean? Expand on that. I liked it back in the day, but I also think there are better ways of doing a modern Sherlock, to be honest. But
Columbo was GOAT.
You made Sherlock your whole personality for a while. Well,
and one more thing.
A lot of people kind of did that.
Not.
Excuse me, but you've missed something. Actually, you didn't say that. Whatever. Columbo
Your tampon is dry. That'd be like a big reveal. You claim to be on your period.
But... You didn't read it. You should circle back and read some of those, Luna. I would recommend it. It can get a little droll sometimes, but ultimately I think those books set the whole standard. Those little short stories of the murder mystery as we know it today.
The thing with books versus films, I think, is interesting. You say you don't like old films, which is fair enough in the sense that like films, they're a relatively new art form in the world. They only last 100 years or so, but books have been around for thousands of years at this point. So to say, not that you said this, but even the Sherlock Holmes books, even though they're old to us, they're not old books, They can be read in relative they're going to be better than old movies is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they don't read that old. I mean, it's been a while though, but
I just was actually we've had these little literal comic books in our house for like forever, from like the 40s, that are like, they're like as big as a deck of cards, and they're like 150 pages. And I just read through a Fantastic Four one the other day, and it was like the Fantastic Four and the House of Horrors or something, and it was actually pretty good. It was pretty fun to see.
Yeah,
it was just a old comic book, but
dude, I fucking love old comics though, dude.
No.
Fuck. I like, obviously, I got into Spider-Man based on the Sam Raimi movies and all that shit, like most kids our age. But at the same time, around like when I was watching those, my grandmother in North Carolina used to, when she got the paper, they would have old issues of Spider-Man in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like old reprints of old Spider-Man comics. And every time we would visit, she would save them and give them to me. And I got I had a huge stack of them. I got so into them. It was all the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko stuff. And they're so fucking fun. They all, like, when you go back and read them, they're just like really fun.
That's cool. Books. Let me go grab mine really quick. Just so
yeah, go show them. He's got a show.
Not.
It's time to play the game.
Columbo is GOAT, though, Velvet. I agree. I need a cigar. Well, one more thing. That's my Columbo impression. Now I see you're smarter than me. Just one more thing. There you go. A little Columbo. One more thing, though. What you knew about comics when you were younger? Yeah, I kind of found them by force. I was so bored and miserable growing up.
All right. I grabbed two. I couldn't find I think the Aquaman one is upstairs. I don't feel like grabbing it, but this is the Fantastic Four little book. It's this
original Jack Kirby art, I think.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby.
But it's
on the pencils.
Every page has it's a little frame. There's Sue being attacked by a tiger, in the House of Horrors.
Damn, I just packed up my comic collection.
1968. Yeah, it's kind of falling apart. I'd probably need to get a rebound if I wanted to actually keep it.
I spent an absurd amount of money for an old Fantastic Four book.
This is one about animals.
With Dakota Herald, shouts out Dakota Herald.
Shout out Dakota Herald.
We would go comic shopping, and I spent like $85 or something on a pristine Fantastic Four book that I gave away long ago.
Yeah. I like this animal little comic book because it has some really funny panels. This one's just ashamed chimp is all it says. There's some good stuff in here. Yeah. I wish they made more of these little guys. Imagine just going to a store and this was $1. I'd buy that. I don't know how economical that'd be.
Because I did. They used to, at the fucking bullshit podunk Dollar Trees that I grew up around, because I was military brat and I grew up in the worst, just whatever, podunk towns in the South. But you could go to Dollar Tree and they would sell these little piece of shit books that were reprints of comics and stuff, but in these books that size, and they would cost $1, and I used to have a fuck ton of them. I had a Jekyll and Hyde comic, and was around my monsters obsession too. So I had a Jekyll and Hyde book and a Frankenstein book and all that.
That's cool. These were 40 cents, it says on the cover.
Well, there you go.
68. Let me redo my camera here for a sec. Focus was off.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Where did you go? Where did you go? You missed my banger Columbo impression, but I'm assuming you've never even seen Columbo, so.
I've seen all of the Columbo animation. Who does it? Gianni.
Oh, yeah.
Macho, what he does Columbo things.
You've seen the Columbo animations, but you've never seen Columbo.
Yep.
Bummer.
I get it though. I kind of got it from the animations.
When he goes, "Oh, sorry, mister, sorry. I'll get out of here. Just one more thing."
Yeah.
One thing, though. Crossed my mind.
Oh, what is it, detective?
Listen. I noticed when you were standing over by the bar, you left your glove out. Why would you do that? Well, sir, I was picking my nose like a loser.
And then credits roll.
Sounds right. I'll get out of here.
One more thing.
Just one thing crossed my mind on the way. Just one more thing. I think I missed something.
I walked in here and it smelled normal, but now it smells like poop. There's only two of us in here.
I seem to be smelling piss and shit everywhere. What do you know about that? You know anything about the piss and shit in the air?
Detective.
I was gonna go, but now I just smell piss and shit everywhere.
Detective. There's only two of us in here, and I'm pretty sure I didn't piss and shit.
Oh, sorry. Looks like I smoked so many cigars today, I shit my fucking pants. Goodbye.
And then you get it. Hold on. That's the laugh track. It's the golf.
You miss. Oh, sorry. I'll say it again. And so looks like I shit my pants. Thank you.
Good bit. Any bit requests in chat? Two esteemed comedians.
Fuck.
Yeah, how are you liking your mug?
I'm really enjoying it, you know. I'm a heavy drinker.
Well, you're certainly heavy.
Well, I'm certainly a heavy guy. This is can I add chat? Can I get some support in chat? Because this is the second time on this stream that Max has made a fat joke.
It is?
Not woke.
What was the first time?
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
I don't remember off top, but it was bit related.
Yeah.
Bit related.
Baba Booey.
Not woke. Yeah, thank you.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
I'll try to make it woke in the future, like food privileged.
Fuck you.
No.
Unbelievable. The disrespect. The disrespect.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I won't change. So it's a disingenuous apology.
How dare you?
Is that doctor? Is that the doctor?
It's Dr. It's
Dr.
Dr.
Dink?
Dysentery. I'm absolutely insulted. I never ever talked to anybody under the age of 13, under the age of 11 years old.
No one was asking. That's how I start my conversations too. Hey, nice to meet you. I've never talked to anybody under 11 years old.
You don't even know me. They're against me on this app, on this service.
Who are
They
you?
hate me because I hate me and I'm myself. But I never even talked to anybody who's under the age of 9 years old. Never.
Weren't you that character in Predator Hunting Grounds? Weren't you the skin for the Predator in that video game?
I'm done. I can't. I'm not. He's going away. Dr. Dysentery goes away. I can't do that bit forever. All right. Well, we're at the hour and a half mark. Why don't we, play a little bit of this Juan Lennon and
all right. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the fuck. I forgot to ask what that even is.
I'm insulted by this guy. I showed it to you.
Did you send it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a minute here, chat. Need to find.
But this is the type of disrespect.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Sorry. It was at 1 p.m. today.
Now reading. Let's see a little.
All right. Just give me a second to get this link here off of my phone, and then on to.
Appropriate.
Mamma mia. Makes a spicy pizzeria. It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't have to. No.
Nobody said it.
Listen, I've never talked to anyone under the age of 11.
When I was in the military.
I never. Listen to me. This next bit, I just want everyone to enjoy this. We're here to have a good time, and this is the musical artist is Real name is Tongo, and I want to give a shout out.
Okay.
But here on Are We Woke Yet, we're calling him Juan Lennon. And this is a very special presentation of a very special song.
All right, here we go.
Let's put it on.
Word of Winston, Lady B.
There you go.
Like that he's got a guitar out, but the music does not have a guitar in it.
Lady B indeed, dude. You ever just feel like a Lady B in the wind?
Hold on. Oh shit.
This is where we... No. Uh-oh.
Shit.
Come on.
Evening, under to me. Did he write out these captions? He must have.
I don't know, dude. Too busy. Come on now. This is Lady B.
That's hit.
Thank you, one meeting.
I wish I was doing the drumming stream right now. I want to play along. They've got Winton Overwatch in there.
This is that jam, folks. This is the song of the fall.
Shitty unzipped. Oh, Bung's here finally. Just in time.
Too little, too late.
No.
You're in time for Juan Lennon. You know, funnily enough, Bung is 1/100th Mexican.
Well, that's interesting.
Yep.
Not.
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 I'm just kind of... It's really good. Lady B.
Come on, dude. And the Poochie, dude.
Peace and love. Oh shit.
Bella wants to see the Captain America book. Look, this is exclusive footage. I don't know if we can show it again without getting flagged, but we can try.
Yeah, we can.
No,
Let me pause Juan Lennon for a second. We'll do the...
Shouts out Juan Lennon, though, an absolute legend. Really, Tongo. Go look him up, a.k.a. Tongo. Absolute legend. Juan Lennon.
Yeah. All right. Bung, Velvet, Luna. We're going to play this exclusive clip, behind the scenes, animatic that got leaked at Comic-Con. It's Captain America: Brave New World. Let's take a look. Here we go.
In the bio, and come be part of my Patreon. Exclusive videos and photos, advanced content, all material available for download and the option for you to send your story and I will create it for you. Come to Patreon Wopa.
Ipsa, Arimboya.
Can cooey.
Look, to be honest with you, I don't really see what the problem is. I mean, I think this looks good to go.
They seem done.
I mean, this looks good to me.
How did he split his... You're reading
Excuse
too far
me?
into it. I don't know. His
Whoa.
dick?
Not.
His dick wasn't even in the video.
Not.
Yeah, true. He's capable of many things.
Yeah.
Can serve us all. That's all he's about, too. I mean, Captain America, that's his whole thing. You know, he serves the country.
He's serving country.
Not.
Lady B.
Where's Sos Winston?
Not.
You should get this guy as a guest.
Well, he's a musical guest tonight.
If I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Do you think he speaks English?
He'd definitely be a better chat than Zachary Levi, which you missed. Bung definitely missed that. We had Zachary Levi call in. Dude's a pill. What can you do?
We did have Zach Levi.
Zach the Hack. Zach the Hack.
Yeah. See, this was the slide with Zach Levi in it, Bung. You watched Piece by Piece and Big. Good for you.
I'm gonna watch Piece by Piece. I'm gonna watch Piece by Piece when it comes out on fucking whatever it comes out on Max or something. Yeah, you know, it looks good.
Thing about Big that people don't realize is a kid's 12 and then he becomes Tom Hanks for a couple days, and he fucks that broad.
Not.
And then at the end of the movie, the broad sees him turn back into a kid, and then it just ends.
Not.
They don't. I feel like there should be a post credits.
It's a real story, though, man. This is the journey.
It's a what story?
Yeah. See, thank you for this. It is. And he learns. He has to grow up and learn to love himself before he can find a love as great as the love he found with the lady twice his age.
What do you think? What would happen if she got pregnant? What would you do if your dad was 12 years older than you? But then the mom's excuse was, but he was an adult.
Listen, he made a wish on a
Zoltar.
Zoltar, yeah. Let's ask Zach Levi. Yeah, we should text him and get him to call back. Where's Zach Levi?
That's up to Zach. Robin tried to have sex after Big. Do I need to call Chris?
I know he pissed him off.
I think. I mean, no. I mean, you're both adults. It's weird that she got turned on.
Look, you got listen.
Uh-oh.
Not.
Listen, I get it.
Not.
Everybody, welcome Dr. Dysentery.
Dr. Dysentery here. And listen, I've never talked to anybody under the age of 7.5 years old.
Not.
Ever.
It was 11 earlier.
And what are you talking about?
No, just keep going.
Not.
And when you... Oh.
What happened? What are the vibes on Dr. Disrespect?
That was Dr. Dysentery. Okay, that was...
Oh, sure, yeah. No one's ever died of disrespect. When are you guys gonna have Diddy on? When it all blows over.
We're playing.
Not.
When the news cycle forgets about him and moves on to the next guy.
When it all blows over is crazy. You know, when it cools off.
I have a chill out period. Listen, I've never been to a freak party.
A freak off.
Freak off. I've never. See, I don't even know what it's called. I've never been to a freak off.
I've only ever been to 2 freak offs in my whole life, and nobody there was under the age of 13 years old. No one. So don't even ask about it.
Not.
I didn't. I keep making you leave the room, and you keep coming in.
Oh shit!
No, we should get Diddy on.
No, we should. He's a good guy. He's misunderstood, really.
Not. Not.
Obama.
Just like Zack Levi, misunderstood.
But he could have not had that lube. That'd be even worse.
Theoretically, yeah. Could have not had it. What a show this has been. It's been a journey. I feel like this was a tighter show in a good way. You know, this was.
You sure Dr. Dysentery's not on the line still?
You know. What? What?
Not.
What the fuck? What the hell do you have to say to me, dude?
It's something about tighter in a good way. I don't know.
No! Any question you have to ask me? The answer, dude? You want to know the answer?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay, no.
Any question?
No.
And if I never talk to anybody under the age of anybody under the age of 7 years old.
No.
I believe it.
Do you?
Tell me to bring out the whole ocean.
NJ is like, Max, we've had freak offs over Discord though. I'm an AI.
Boy, dude. Damn.
Not.
I mean, our freak offs have been totally legal. No one was under the age of 15 in our freak offs. All right. And I say our freak offs.
Everybody in a freak off, everybody should be willing participants in a freak off.
Equally responsible.
It's important.
Shared legality between all participants. Baby oil on the soundboard in the VC. Y'all should have that dog button that just went bitch, bitch, bitch. Yeah. We should have a dog. Hayden has a dog.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's inherited.
Sussy bata.
Hayden hates dogs.
I hate that.
What the fuck? Uh-oh. I don't know what to do.
It's time, dude.
Oh shit.
It's time to play the game.
What do I do? Hold
It's
on.
time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Laura, what did you do?
Not.
What are you guys doing in here? I want you to know that I've never talked to any person under the age of 11 years old ever on this platform.
Not.
So nobody was ready to hear have to say that to me that I ever did that because I never did it.
Obama.
I wasn't gonna tell them that you did.
Nobody.
Obama.
I don't want to hear it.
Obama.
Don't anybody say it.
Obama.
Shout out Sean D for the raid.
Nobody.
My name is Max.
I mean, I never talked to anybody under the age of I 11 and a half years old.
This is Dr. Dysentery.
Nobody ever. Don't ever.
What is going on? Let me do the real thing real quick. This is
that was a bit. That was a bit. If you've rated this show, we are a nerd chat show. We do fun stuff, and we have many fun bits. And Zach and Zachary Levi called tonight, and you all missed it. And so that's why you can watch it back. You can see that he called in. Max, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, we'll have a VOD after this. We're pretty much through all of our content, but my name's Max. I don't do anything. I'm here. I facilitate all these people on the stream. Thanks for raiding, by the way. That's huge 15-person raid. I've never been raided by someone I don't know before, so I'm kind of worried.
Hey, look.
Hopefully none of you are under 11.
We were doing a bit. Listen, don't.
Yeah.
It's a bit. That's what we do here.
Big bit. I hope your stream went well. Yeah, we do nerd stupid bullshit.
It's a late night stream. We're in the late night, but we have our mugs.
Yeah, we have mugs.
We sit with our mugs and we talk about nerd stuff, and then we do lots of bits, and people call in, and they're reading Mudang, and they're reading.
Yeah, if you like stuff.
Marvel fans, DC fans, this is all the vibe. Marvel fans and all that. This is true.
Yeah, and we have slideshows.
Although we were just talking about Columbo, which was a little niche, but
yeah, let me show you guys the slideshow real quick that we went through.
Speed run.
All right, here we go. Here's the first slide.
Speed run with the music. Hear the music.
We talked about New York Comic Con.
We talked about Comic Con.
We talked about a Creature Commandos trailer. We talked about the Daredevil release date. We talked about Herbie from the Fantastic Four. We talked about the Wolfman trailer. We talked about Freddy Five Bears 2.
You already know.
We had Zach Levi on the show. Call in.
Yep, he actually, the real person, Zach the Hack Levi, called in live.
Real Zach Levi. Yeah, I talked about Blade getting canceled.
Indeed.
We saw a test screening for Captain America: Brave New World. Actually, we'll show you that in a second. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we can run that back.
Have call-ins on the show too if anybody wants to call in at any point. You just have to join the Discord, follow.
Yeah, that's all we do.
Send me $30.
We have a guest on, and then we have call-ins.
Yeah. Let me set up this little animatic here. So this is a.
Yeah, and if all you hear is because you heard that we had that exclusive footage from the test screening of Brave New World, we can absolutely show that real quick. Why don't we go ahead and show that?
Yep, this is a test screening animatic behind the scenes leak from New York Comic Con directly to my phone of Captain America: Brave New World.
Yep.
Here it is.
A lot of talk about this. A lot of talk.
And come be part of my Patreon. Exclusive videos and photos, advanced content, all material available for download, and the option for you to send your story and I will create it for you. Come to Patreon Wopa.
Yeah. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. We're thinking so far it's looking pretty good for where it is right now.
I think it looks great. Looks great, frankly.
Frankly, indeed.
Frankly, Mr. Shankly. Indeed. Yeah, now we're at this end portion. And based off the it's exciting times, thank you, Luna. It is exciting, and I don't see the problem. You know, we were talking about earlier that those test screenings, they didn't go over that well. People were giving mixed reviews at best about the new Captain America film. I thought that animatic looked great. You know, I don't see what the big hullabaloo is about.
I don't see anything.
I actually don't see.
Baba Booey.
I don't see color. Our stream is every Tuesday, if you didn't know, every Tuesday night. So if you want to hit that follow button, if you've liked the vibe you've had so far, the vibe is usually much better. And it was better earlier before you rated. So you really should have rated earlier and ended your stream earlier. That's kind of an L on your part.
The back half, we get more chaotic, so we're more chaotic in this back half.
But we do.
It's a chaotic stream in general, though. But please, yeah, come follow us. Talk dirt stuff. We got jokes and bits along the way. and a rocking soundboard. You know
we stream infrequently enough that I have not yet set up alerts correctly. So if you have followed, I appreciate it, but I don't fucking know if you did. I'll check later and then send you a personal DM on something. I'll figure out who you are. It's not that hard. If you use the same username on any other social media, it's so easy to figure out who you are and where you live.
We're chaotic, but we're fun, y'all. And this is we're in this back half, so usually in the last hour or so, we do Q&As, questions, topics that are suggested. Anybody wants to talk about anything nerdy or involving comic books or cinema? No complaint knows where you live, Max. You've been doxxed.
Pretty sure I've sent Nar my exact address before, so just to say I could.
Let's make sure that doesn't get out there.
Whatever. What are they gonna do? Swat me? Come to my house? Baby oil me up? Do a freak off? On my hardwood floors, freak off? What's the worst that could happen? Someone freaks off in my house with me? Someone gets in my house with me and makes me do a freak off?
And freaks it. That's what we were talking about. I've only been to 2. I've only been to 3, and nobody there was.
A little about myself. I'm 27, and that's a little bit about myself.
A little bit about myself. I live in a house, and sometimes I drive a car, and I also sleep, and as you can tell, I do eat. As Max likes to point out frequently.
Hey, listen, you've done half the fat jokes today.
Baba Booey.
Any fans of Freddy Fazbear in chat? Don't fucking let me know, because I don't want to know. I don't care.
Yeah, we were talking about the Comic-Con. One of the biggest announcements was that reveal, and I kind of couldn't be arsed, but if you love it, defend it. Tell us why. This is a combative show, too. If you ever want to call in, we always pin the Discord. You can call in, debate anything, talk about what makes you upset. Or
let you in? Maybe fucking get in the voice channel. It says join this channel to call in.
Yeah, Bong's pinned.
Are you fucking mod or not?
You can get there.
All right, Bung's in the thing. I'll drag Bung in.
Okay, let's chat.
Hey, Bung. Oh, shit.
Hey,
we disappeared. There we are.
What's up, guys?
Howdy doody.
Hi.
It's me, Diddy.
Uh-oh. About to freak it?
No, I want to talk about Freddy Fazbear.
You want to talk about Freddy Fazbear 5 too?
Yeah, Freddy. Well,
why don't you bring that slide up? Bring that slide up, Max.
Right, I'll bring
pull that.
I saw the first one, and I wasn't really enthused. I'm gonna be honest.
Of course, yes. This is what we were talking about. So,
I was watching Big. I'm sorry. I was really invested.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why you're a late arrival. Well, listen, you missed a banger of a show. We're gonna have some clips we're gonna try and clip some stuff, put it on the YouTube channel, which we got going, and we got linked right now. But we did have Zach Levi call in. You missed that, and that was major.
Mm-hmm.
Zachary Levi of Shazam fame, defending his position as an anti-vaxxer Trumper.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have.
I've had issues with the woke mob myself recently, so yeah, I get it.
How's the woke mob been treating you?
Baba Booey.
They canceled my Costco card.
Oh.
They canceled your Costco card. What did you do to deserve that? Nothing.
Well, I mean, Costco's gonna lose about 3% stock in the next year because the amount of baby oil I purchased, it was skimmed them off the top.
Baba Booey.
Right.
Exactly. But yeah, Freddy Fazbear. Boring as shit movie. Completely.
Well, so here's what. Let me ask you a question. Are you not funny? Nobody's funny at all. Are you into the lore? Is that you? Were you really into the games, into the lore of the games? Let's talk about that.
No, I've never played Five Nights at Freddy.
Never played it. Okay.
I understand some. I know a lot about the Gen Alpha culture, the Gen Z culture. I've been around the children.
Whoa, whoa.
So I know about Purple Guy. I know. I know about Purple Guy. I know about William Afton. I know about the Bite of '87. Do I know how it connects? No. But did the movie explain anything? No. Did it have any plot? No. Did it look like I could be watching a Twitch stream of somebody playing the game? Absolutely not. 0% in the movie was there any horror elements or scariness.
Agreed.
That's
we
true.
Just talked about in our little recap when we were talking about the announcement of the second film coming out. Max and I saw this movie together.
We did. We watched
the first
Five Nights at Freddy's together.
You gotta watch it with somebody because it's the only way to get through it. You'd have to leave the theater if you were by yourself.
Indeed, yes.
You reminded me of one of the major disappointments by the community was that there wasn't any like adapted gameplay elements. Not that I give that much of a shit, but that's usually something you do with a adaptation. That entire game is just switching between cameras and not dying, but that wasn't really present in the movie.
But which I get you have to expand upon, but I guess that is what I was most disappointed by with this movie, because I think the premise is so basic that you have a lot of room to create an interesting, suspenseful story around it, and what you get in that movie is dull as fuck.
I mean, I think the best part of the movie is Freddy Fazbear takes a cab.
Indeed. That
was hilarious. That was the absolute best part. But everything else.
But also, and look, I'm sure that there'll be Five Nights fans who kind of get on me for even asking this, because I'm sure there's some fucking book or something that gets into this. From my perspective, I was confused about the fact that like Freddy is barely a fucking character in this thing.
It's true.
Because the little boy in the whatever premonitions or whatever you call it going on with Josh Hutcherson, it does not turn out to be Freddy. Who was that? Who was it, Max? Do you remember?
It was his little brother, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but then there was like another leading one who actually had lines, but it wasn't Freddy.
Oh, there was another animatronic.
Was it Golden Freddy?
I think it was the golden one. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Let me explain it to you. Yeah. So all the animatronics.
But here, I want you to explain it to me, Bunk. Believe I do. And I'm going to give you that space. But let me just say that you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
As a moviegoer, as someone watching a film, you shouldn't have to.
Right, but watching this film, I feel like I learned. I feel like I downgraded my Five Nights at Freddy's knowledge, because I was like, oh, it's all about the cameras and they try to eat you, and they never tried to eat anybody.
Right.
In the whole film, they never were scary. But yeah, basically, William Afton.
Yes.
I think he's also known as the Purple Guy.
He's Purple Guy.
I think so. But yeah, he there's a lot of lore. There's like a billion lore. I'm gonna mess it all up, but basically, he made these Chuck E. Cheese animatronics, and
yes.
They were really.
I have base knowledge of all the lore.
Yeah, sure. they were mobile and they were cool. And then his business partner was like, "I'm gonna bring my daughter to the show," and then William Afton was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if I put your daughter inside the animatronic and killed her?" Mm-hmm. And then so he did that. And then he killed all the other kids, and that's how we made Freddy Fazbear and Chica, and Foxy and Bonnie and Golden Freddy and Golden Foxy and Big Boy and Springlock and the Black Mime thing and
this could be like Power Rangers.
Yeah, Rockstar. Oh, Glam Pop Chica, Glam Pop Bonnie, Glam Pop Freddy. Dark Freddy, Reverse, all the characters, right? And they're all
we're slipping into darkness right now.
So William Afton in this movie is a mix between Golden Freddy and Springlock, and Springlock is William Afton inside the suit.
I got that connection.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, he is the villain. He's the overall villain. But in the games, the animatronics are still trying to eat you alive. They're children's spirits, but they're still killer. You know, they're not like, you know, they
Well,
might
that
play
was
the
another
music
thing
for you
about
in
the
the beginning.
movie that gets kind of confusing too. Is like who's the real? Because then the movie, I feel like almost tries to play it off as the animatronics are completely in, and the souls within are completely innocent and just kind of doing the bidding of the William Afton character, who, as we see, that was connected to Springlock and all that shit in the film.
Right, and we didn't see enough bidding. There was no bidding in the entire thing. There was never any. There was never any like dark force taking over Freddy Fazbear that I can like really remember. Like, I mean, he was never
No,
really
this
in
was like
trouble.
I wanted like something, and look, they're making a second. Freddy's on the cover. Oh, maybe they were going to get more into it there, but the A story of that first film was so weak to me that it didn't justify leaving the animatronic characters kind of on the floor, which is what it does. Except it still then gives you like the kids. I swear I'm thinking of, and chat can chime in. There's like a character with lines that's not Freddy. That's like a little boy, but it's not Freddy. It's another one. Or I could be misremembering it. Maybe it was the little Freddy kid. It could have been.
Well, no, it was his little brother, right? He got turned into one of the guys.
It's difficult to remember because there's like 15 characters in this movie, and like
so
12 of them don't do anything in terms of dialogue. Like,
yeah, well, you know, the only cool thing that happened in that movie, other than Freddy taking the taxi, was you had all the fun little accessories that the children had in the PTSD dream. You know, and it's like,
yeah, but those
Bonnie
dreams
fought back, and Chica hid, and Freddy was there, and Foxy ran, right? And
those
it's like,
dreams
oh,
in
that's
general,
what they
just
do.
sets up the ridiculousness of the whole thing. I mean, this whole like, I guess stories like that lose me too, because the whole setup of it is that this guy's like fucking 30 years old, and he still hasn't made any progress of reconciling. Like he's been, the whole thing was so silly. I find it silly when a movie doesn't give me enough reason to believe in this sort of confluence of things coming together. Like I don't understand why right at this moment is the moment where this guy is trying to explore.
Well, Hayden, I don't want to make you feel like a fool or an idiot, fall on your ass. But you know, Josh Hutcherson has had a really hard childhood. I mean, he went to outer space with his little brother in that one movie, and he had that picture where he's laying against the pillow. I mean, there's a lot of trauma. You know, maybe his eighth little brother
it's
that
been
got
a hard
taken
life,
by
and there's
Freddy.
been a lot going on. I get that.
Exactly. Yeah, his eighth little brother that's taken by Freddy Fazbear. Maybe he's now generating that trauma because he just got over the big robot that tried to kill them when they were circling the sun. You know.
Yeah, indeed.
I like the Matt Pat thing. He
Shout
really
out
didn't.
Zathura, by the way. Shout out Zathura.
Oh, I love Zathura. People call it a Jumanji clone. It's better.
Hashtag Zathura. Hashtag Pilgrim.
I got Pilverine. I got X-Force Pilverine too. I gotta play Fortnite again, but I got him.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
In the trailer, was it just a teaser, or did we get anything?
There's no trailer for Freddy. It was just this image with an announcement of the date for 2.
Oh, that's so awesome.
This was a Comic-Con development. Well, this is what we were talking about. This Comic-Con was lame, but you know, New York Comic-Con, it's San Diego Comic-Con, it's ugly stepsister. You know, always.
Yeah.
It's the regurgitation of shit that they already said at San Diego, and maybe a little hint of something more. You know, they announced the date for Daredevil, but they didn't show any new footage. They showed the same footage they showed at San Diego, but they gave us the date. It's always like, here's a little inkling more of something, but it's nothing huge. Right. No crazy footage shown or anything. But yeah, this was the big reveal for Freddy 2 was, hey, it's coming out in December of next year.
What if the
I think
movie's
that's
just
probably
called
all
2?
they've filmed. That'd be great. Freddy Five Bear 2. 2.
Yeah,
Six Nights at Freddy's.
What if they called it Freddy 2 Bear?
I would like that. Like Pan 4 Stick vibe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Baba Booey.
I don't know. Where could they go with this? I don't think I remember the movie. I think I was
an original
mad.
story. I mean, I have seen though that Matthew Lillard, who played Afton in the first film, is back, and he's in this movie, and he posted about it. He posted himself back in the suit and everything he was wearing in the first one. So clearly, they're using him again.
Yeah, well, so like William Afton, I think now William Afton will be Purple Guy or something, because Purple Guy is a decaying corpse that walks around, and people and then he bites, or no, that's Freddy bites someone in '87. I don't really remember.
We were just talking about though how in the first movie, even with the minimal knowledge I have, so back in the day, I played the first Freddy a little bit. I played the game a little bit, like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really keep up with it, just knew things tangentially. But to me, watching the movie, it's like the little things they did change were not surprising enough. It was clear from the first frame that this guy's supposed to be William Afton, all this shit, and they're just changing it a little bit, but nothing was surprising or shocking. So lore-wise, with the second movie, it's like I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
Well, so I mean, there was a big change between the first and the second game. In the first game, you have the 2 doors, right, and you got your lights, and you got the door locks.
Yep.
In the second game, you got the air vents. So you got a third thing you got to watch out for, because Freddy could be coming in through the vent above you.
So you think they might implement some of these gameplay changes between games, between these movies as well?
If they don't have a vent in the second one, I mean, that's the only idea they're running with. That's the only idea that they could have, because they didn't have any ideas the first movie. You can't come up with ideas on the sequel.
The most disappointing opening scene too, like that first movie, it's like the idea was kind of clever because it's like it seems obvious. Like, yeah, you start the movie by showing a previous security guard getting murked. But the way that played out too was so lame.
Yeah, no, like again, I thought it was a horror movie. I never even felt like anybody should be scared. I feel like you could take your 2-year-old son in there, and
which I guess was the point, though. They wanted kids to be able to see it, right? But then it just comes off as a kids movie. But I'm going to compare this to something right now, and I don't know if anybody else has seen. Anybody who's watched this, sound off, because I think it was underrated. There is a second season, which I'm looking forward to. But Disney Plus did their Goosebumps show last year. Did you watch any of this?
I did not.
No.
Forgot about it.
It's good. It's good.
Nice.
It's good. It was a fun show that totally worked so well in terms of like incorporating an adult storyline with a younger oriented storyline. Nothing too scary, but super creepy. Gave you the chills, gave you those creeps when you were watching the show. It clearly digestible enough for a tween age kid, but still written well enough to be enjoyable for an adult. And that the tone of that show just worked very, very well. And I think that is kind of the goal of what should be happening with these Freddy films. Like the first movie is like, you can still be a little eerie and a little creepy, and you can play both sides. And this movie, I just feel like it just didn't do it the first film, at least. And part of that is even, shouts out Josh Hutcherson. I think he was like the best part of the movie, although I did still like Matthew Lillard reveal as William Afton. But regardless, it was almost like it was skewing to the parameters of the demographic were like too scrunched in, and it made it feel very diluted in terms of like who is actually supposed to be enjoying this movie.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they tried to gear the audience of the Freddy Fazbear movie to children on TikTok who watch the like Freddy Fazbear Sigma edits.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is how I get paid. You know, it's like they've never seen how scary the games are. They don't know anything about that. So what do you make the movie about? Well, Freddy kind of looks cool, and then they play a rock song together. And then he brings children to the evil robots, and then they all get along, and that was it. And then William Afton comes out, and it's like, oh, now there's something scary, kind of.
One time when I was 5 or 6, I was at a Chuck E. Cheese, or maybe I was turning 7, and I went on the stage with the animatronic Chucky, and then I grabbed its tooth, and its tooth fell out, and then I set it down and walked away because no one saw me do it.
Was that traumatic?
It was a little bit. I got freaked out that like I thought I was gonna get caught, but no one was upset with me.
Chuck E. Cheese. I haven't been there forever. That place is creepy. That place is creepier than the Freddy Fazbear
Well,
movie.
the actual movie, the thing that the whole IP is referencing is more creepy. I mean, it's a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, we're hoping for the second one.
I don't like
even
how
get
they
me
made
started on
Chucky
how
all
they
skinny.
wokified Chester eat entertainment cheese.
They made him skinny and little.
I'm running to the bathroom, but run off on that. Mouth off on that.
They did make him skinny a little bit. But what were you saying, Max? Sorry, I cut you off.
I was just saying I don't like how they made him skinny. He looked better when he was bigger.
Yeah, he was
like
bigger.
The
he was more like rat-like, more scary, kind of a menacing presence. And now he's
a womanizing presence. #woke.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a smaller stature. He's got feminine hips. He's got less broad shoulders. You know, demasculated.
He's a DEI rat hire.
Exactly. I think he's still a man rat, but I think they've got him on estrogen now. Moustrogen.
Mouse estrogen. He's one of them lab rats that they gave estrogen.
He's a rat, and they're giving him mouse estrogen. That's how demasculizing.
Yeah,
it is.
At that same time, I was at Chuck E. Cheese. I was like walking around or running or something, and I was like, I think I was like 7 or so, because I remember like running past this short little wall that was like 3 feet tall. And then there was this kid behind the wall I didn't see who ran directly into me, and he was like 3. And I knocked him over, and he had like blue cake shit all over his face, and I was like, "You're gross," and I walked away, and he was like crying on the ground.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just sharing my memories because I don't give a shit about this movie.
If you were that age now, the only thing that would have been different with that story is you would have grittied. You would have grittied off.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got to say about Freddy Fazbear.
Baba Booey.
Yeah, I gotta go back. I got my Sam's Club membership. It just came in the mail.
Oh boy.
They don't sell baby oil at Sam's Club though. They sell small man oil.
Toddler oil. Oh, little person oil.
It's great value. Baby oil is actually a copyright. You didn't know that, but now you know.
Johnson & Johnson owns baby oil, right?
Yeah.
Where do they get the babies from the oil?
I think it's placenta.
No.
It's placenta. Ew.
I think placenta is the baby's oil. That's what slides it out.
Okay. It's that red gold.
They say you can eat it, but I never eaten it.
You can eat it.
No.
You can eat
They're
it.
eating the placentas.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna
eating the placentas. All of them. They're eating them all.
I'm gonna ditty my way out of here. I gotta go register to vote. Elon Musk is putting on a $1 million prize, and
that's true.
Yeah,
he is doing that.
I wanna.
Oh right, where you're at. I know you got to sign up and make sure that.
I'm registered in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're in a big swing state out in California.
Great state. Great state. Only a little bit dirty. I would never be caught dead here in any other way. But yeah, I'm glad to be here. $1 million, Elon. What a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing is my trial's in December, right? So I can still vote.
Hell yeah.
No.
I'm gonna vote.
Your conscience.
Lets me have a freak off again. I think I should have one more freak off before I go in the hole.
Vote Diddy.
Indeed.
Did he? I think I did.
Nice.
All right. See y'all. I'll be in chat.
All right.
Diddy out.
Okay. Yikes. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, no, that was good. That was a good caller, and we're happy to have callers. We love Bunk. We're a little family here, you know. Even if Max is rude and disrespectful to me all the time.
No.
Even if I am.
Good.
No, that's Puff Daddy. Sorry.
Baba Booey.
Rude.
Puff Diddy.
Well, Max, what else do you have to say?
Halloween 1.
He did. It was.
Halloween 1 was fine.
I was still talking about Halloween 1 disrespectfully. That's rude. John Carpenter, a genius of the craft.
Yep.
You know what's a great Carpenter movie you should watch, too, though, is... I'm going to see if I can find a picture.
I saw Legos shaking their ass and Lego boobies in the theater. I'm serious. Watch Piece by Piece. Is that the Pharrell movie?
Okay. Yeah, Piece by Piece is the Pharrell biopic done in Lego, which, like I said, I'm gonna watch it at some point. But
it's an interesting idea.
Wasn't a theater watch for me.
In terms of biopics, honestly, that's more interesting.
Yeah, but okay. So here's what I will say. In terms of, I'm sure I'll enjoy the film, and it's a very creative way of going about all of this. But I'm always a little bit distrustful of biopics that are executive produced and shepherded by the subject of the documentary.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, that being said, it still seems like a fun movie, and Pharrell has made some absolute bangers. I am definitely a fan of him and what they did with all their groups as a producer, particularly. I was thinking about They Live. I can't find the clip immediately, though. But, Max, you should watch They Live for sure. It's another John Carpenter movie from the 80s. It's camp perfect. And I feel like, you know, with Halloween, like, do you get that it's a little tongue-in-cheek, too? I mean, it's not, like, you're not necessarily supposed to be, like, totally, like, oh my God, what's going to happen to Laurie? I mean, it's, you know, it's
I get it.
A little taking the piss. It's not, and it created the tropes, but did it in a way that's a lot more fun than what the copycats would become, I feel like. But
yeah.
They Live is a great one, though, for the season. Strong recommend.
I think it's a fine movie. I just, I'm not going to watch it every day.
It's okay. You hate it. You hate cinema. I hate scary movies. I hate movies.
All I'm saying is about a quarter of that movie didn't need to be in the movie.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Baba Booey.
There's the doctor character in that movie I thought was
Dr.
funny.
Loomis, dude. Are you about to shit talk Dr. Loomis, dude? Oh my God.
I thought his whole characterization was funny in that movie where he's...
It is funny.
He's pure evil. Michael is pure evil.
He
just stares at a wall, but he's looking at this house for 15 years. And then he gets to the town, and he's like, he's going to be at this house. He says, hey, kids, fuck off. Through the bush, and like, oh my God, the house said fuck off. And then later in the movie, he does like basically nothing. And then at the end, he shows up, shoots Michael, and then Laurie's like, did you get him? Not asking, who the fuck are you?
Why would she care? She's about to be killed by Michael Myers. You're just gonna ask whoever the fuck showed up to save my life. Did you shoot the guy?
It was
you're nitpicking too much. He's so nitpicky.
Listen, it was a very the scene at the end was very like, he was like saying a fucking diatribe. Okay, I don't remember the exact
Thank
words.
you, Luna. I agree. Have a little fun. Let's have a little fun.
I enjoyed watching the fucking movie, Hayden. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Just let me shit. Let me shit a little bit, because at the end, okay, Michael obviously didn't die. That's fine. That's a great twist or whatever. But like, I don't know. You know what? I have nothing else to say. I'm already pissed off.
Baba Booey.
Unbelievable.
Baba Booey.
I think it's crazy that it got so many sequels.
Well, no, it's just because it made so much money. Well, also because it is inventive. I mean, look, dude, the title sequence alone is so iconic. The fucking pumpkin and the I mean, it's so iconic. Of course, at the time, people really attached to it.
Yeah, the composition's great. There's actually a story there, which is nice for a horror movie.
And you got to think about what John
the character
Carpenter
design
deserves.
is amazing.
Yes, and that's why he deserves, though. John Carpenter deserves his flowers because who is the composer of Halloween? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head.
John Carpenter, the director.
Wow.
Not.
He wrote the movie, directed the movie, and scored the movie. Created one of the most iconic sounds of spookiness of all time. You know, guy's a genius. Let's go. John Williams directed Halloween 2. You bullshit. You're wrong.
Not.
Stop. Fake news. But I guess that you know, I feel as though your criticisms are valid and that it gets a little slow, whatever. I hear what you're saying. I guess I should say. I hear what you're saying.
From the perspective of it's 2024 and it's been, you know, however fucking many years.
That metric, I think, is what's like. Well, sure, but like. Okay. We're talking in a post-Scream world. Like, Scream is one of my favorite movies of all time, the original Scream. Mm-hmm. That movie was a satire of Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we're so it's just one of those things, I feel like, where it's like it's easy to take the piss out of it now because we live in this sort of post-ironic kind of.
I'm taking the piss out of it with an appreciation for what it is.
The Bunk says, I like Scream and Scary Movie. I've never seen the OG. This is right. There you go. Facts.
Not.
Scream is great. I watch it almost every Halloween season. It's funny. The thing about Scary Movie that's interesting to me is like they make a version of Ghostface, yeah, what's up? They make Ghostface like the jokey villain of the movie. Scream is a comedy. Yet Scream, the actual movie, is a dark slasher comedy. You're supposed to think Ghostface is funny. The climax of the movie is so funny. Darkly, bloodily funny. But it's like, come on. It's great. You got to see it. Scream series is one of your faves. Yeah, I feel you. Thank you, Luna. Yeah, last 15 minutes are hilarious. Scream itself is a comedy. So it's always just weird to be making a parody of a dark comedy.
Because made it a comedy.
Scream is a slasher movie, but it's also like it's a dark comedy slasher movie. Yeah.
Shout out to Scary
Movie. I recommend it. What?
Shout out to the Scary Movie series. I'm just gonna say that in terms of satire movies of that era, they were far above everything else that came out. Parody movies, sorry, yeah. In terms of like epic movie and all that fucking, remember all that 90 of those.
Horrible. There's a whole, maybe
that was a whole movie studio, wasn't it? That was just pumping those things out.
Yeah.
Vampires suck. Epic movie.
I watch real horror movies like The Shining.
Not.
That's funny. I do love The Shining, though. Great film. And
it is good.
Iconic for its time. Wendy Carlos, absolutely underrated composer. out trans woman at a time where that was not looked at so great. And she created one of the most iconic horror scores of all time that we still remember to this day. Legend status.
Red Rum.
And I think anybody can take the piss out of that movie just because it's been around so long, but didn't know it was DEI. Fair enough.
Not.
Whatever chat wants to say that is derogatory, I will just say Wendy Carlos shouts out. She's missed. Wonderful. Maybe one of the greatest composers of all time. Certainly underrated. Because The Shining sounds so fucking awesome. And she was out doing The Shining. Like, so it's legendary. Legendary shit.
Queen shit.
And I think of The Shining score gets stuck in my head all the time, like every Halloween season. Have you seen The Shining, Max?
I watched it for the first time last year. It was great.
Okay, thank you.
I really have nothing bad to say about it.
Not.
I thought Max was about to be like, yeah, I watched it. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is.
Not.
I mean, you know, I guess for the time.
Not.
What?
Any tropes that The Shining established aren't obnoxious in nature.
No. So that's a good point you make, though, because I actually think, like, yes, the Halloween tropes are obnoxious, but that's the point, you know? Like, it's.
I mean, I get that that's the point. I was just...
Yeah, it's what, like, Friday the 13th, that franchise, like, took it way over the top in a way that was, like, totally mind-numbing. But, like, you know, it's you playing with the idea that you know what's going to happen and all that stuff is part of the fun of those sorts of movies.
Some of the things Halloween, I think, did awesome were, like, the tension building. I think it was very good at tension building. Like, the shots where it's, like, Michael is, like, coming across the street towards Laurie, and Laurie's, like, screaming, open the door, and he's, like, on the front lawn, and then the kid's just waking up in the bedroom, like, who is it? And it's, like, in real life, it's like, oh, he should be there in, like, 3 seconds to get to Laurie. But then there's a whole another 20 seconds of him coming down the stairs, and you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck's happening? I'm so tense right now. Like, that's really great. But then the parts where I'm like, the tropes that are obnoxious, but I get it because it's the time. It's just I'm the person who I am. I know what these tropes are now. Like when it starts to happen, I'm like, oh, okay, these teens are they're gonna fuck, and then one of them's gonna die. Great, I can kind of check out for a little bit here.
That's what's fun, but I feel you
because that's every horror movie now because it was good. Like it's like, oh, there's tits in this movie. Holy shit, there's tits.
Right, but at that time, like, that's the other thing I would want to say. It's like, I feel like because we're not in the era of, like, watching these films in the theater, like, we didn't have the theater experience, but when you look back on it, like, people were in Halloween, part of the success where people were laughing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, we would go to see Halloween, and it was, like, this experience of, people would get freaked out and scared, but also we're laughing. Like, the tension made them laugh. The situations made them laugh. And that's why, you know, certain things became tropes. But it was always, like, the sense of humor was always there. It's not like that never existed in those sorts of movies. But anyway, I digress. Punk said, I love the 2008 movie. Yeah, fair enough. Looks so great, though. Just holds up.
They established that trope so well that Apple stole it for iMovie.
Exactly.
Did you know The Shining invented video editing?
Yeah, there's another tidbit.
There's a whole preamble in the book, in the Stephen King book, about how to edit videos. I don't know if you've ever read the book.
Yeah, I have. I did back in the day, and Stephen King hated the original Shining film because of his own shit. Which I guess brings me, and maybe this is what's going to tie this together. Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot. Salem Not. How about Salem Not? that movie was so fucking horrible to me. I could not stand it. Although great shots, there were some great shots, like fun looking imagery. But fucking A, dude, like the story was rushed, and I know that movie had a lot of problems because the studio was trying to like re-edit it and all this shit. It was shot in 2021 and didn't come out till this year.
Wow.
So we all know that's an issue. The original Salem's Lot is 1979, I think, and it was a 2-part film. But I truly think, and I guess this is my controversial opinion of the night, that Stephen King is influential for a reason. What makes his books pop, though, is that he is very much invested in character. And there is some great iconic world building, but when you take away the character and like the build up of these things, it's pretty hollow stuff. And Salem's Lot, I would compare to Midnight Mass, which came out a couple of years ago, was Mike Flanagan doing his version of this like small town afflicted by vampires, and that show is a fucking masterpiece. It's so well written. I mean, the show makes you cry. Have you seen Midnight Mass?
Yeah, I've seen all of the Mike Flanagan's except for the first series he did. I've seen Bly Manor, saw Midnight Mass.
Dude, Midnight Mass, I think, is maybe one of my favorite series of the last like 10 years. I was moved by it, but then it's also just a fucking vampire story. So great. But then you go and you watch Salem's Lot. It's like Mike Flanagan was clearly fucking with the tropes or the things established in Salem's Lot, the novel or the original film, to create something like Midnight Mass. Watching this new Salem's Lot film, it just felt so hollow. Nothing mattered. The female protagonist was so awful to me. Like, the performance was awful, and the way it was written was like, why are these people in love? They just are attracted to each other, so they're fucking, but like I have no emotional attachment.
Yeah.
Like I said, I get that this was all like chopped up, and it was apparently originally the cut was 3 hours long, and I have mixed feelings about it being cut down because it's like I get that maybe the story was a little more fleshed out in the 3-hour cut, but at the same time, like what I'm looking at doesn't look so great that I wanted to spend 3 hours watching it. So, I don't know. It was a flop to me. Stephen King was justified that had Kubrick removed all the child sex. And yeah, great. Nice book. You said you tried to watch Salem's Lot and couldn't. The original is so iconic. It was funny because I brought it up to my mom that I watched the recent Salem's Lot, and she had memories of seeing the original as a kid and being so scared by. And this scene is in the new film. In the original film, there's the kid who comes up to the window. And that was such a scary scene in the original. But the original film was directed by the guy who directed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Which I'm sure if Max watches, you'll have a lot of problems.
I hate chainsaws.
But it's the original thing is campy fun. It's definitely not perfect. No adaptation of it is perfect. And quite frankly, I've never really liked Stephen King's version of vampires. Like when he writes about vampires, I think it's like not quite it for me. And the version of Kurt Barlow in this movie is part of what took me out too. The guy, he has like 2 lines.
Which one was Kurt
when
Barlow?
Kurt Barlow is like, what?
Which one was Kurt Barlow?
The fact you asked it should be indicative, but Kurt Barlow is the Nosferatu guy.
Oh, okay.
Kurt Barlow is like the big vampire, but like he's an iconic character in the book and then in the old film or whatever, who has a ton of lines in the book and the old film and all that. And then there was like a 2004 version, which does suck. But the one thing I will give it is the 2004 Salem's Lot had like Kurt Barlow looking less like Nosferatu and more like Dracula. And he had like way more lines and stuff. That version of the character was like, when he popped up, I was like, are you serious? He literally has like 2 lines. He asks the priest, he's like, do you really believe in your faith? And then at the end he says some bullshit, but he's in and out of there. It's like he's the main antagonist. It's like making a Dracula movie where Dracula barely talks.
Yeah.
It made no sense to me. It was like, what the fuck? out of all the things to cut out of this, you're cutting out like the main the main antagonist has nothing to do.
Yeah, it was very flat at the end when he showed up, and
it's just done like that.
Yeah, the fight is like nothing.
Like I said, I did like the shots, like with the drive-in, the way
the
they
screen
set
and the
up.
sunset and all that.
Yeah. And there was some cool camera work there too, like when they wrapped around the truck the one time, it goes to the side mirror of the truck. Like there are little things that were cool. It was just like, you know, like I said, I understand then. Just watching it cold, without any preconceptions, it's at the very least a mildly enjoyable, just like Halloween casual watch. And I'll give it that.
Yeah, I kind of.
But like, as someone who even knows anything, it is literally like making a Dracula movie and giving Dracula 2 lines.
Having not seen the original at all, I definitely didn't have any of these like initial feelings about the property known as Salem's Lot going in. So I immediately knew it as like, oh, this is just a campy nothing Halloween movie. I'll enjoy it for what it is. Opposite to you, you know what the book is, you know the original series. There's a lot more. You're upset that this shit's not in this movie. But for me, it was just like, okay, these are all just trope characters, and they're all just doing the things that they. This is a comfort, dumb Halloween movie for me, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah, I get that.
And I thought it was funny that there was like another, like the 2 Stephen King movies I've seen, it's like starring. I don't know if every book has a fucking self-insert writer man in it, but
yeah, he loves that shit. His best stuff doesn't do that though. Like Carrie, Brian De Palma, another great Halloween watch for anyone wants to check that out. Carrie is not about that at all. So he gets so introspective sometimes. He writes this stuff that's self-insert characters, like, and this is, I guess, my point. It's like I don't even love the OG Salem's Lot. I think is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Like the original Salem's Lot, I think is goofy with the borderline superhero writer character who just comes to this town. I write books, but I'm going to come to this town and bang the hottest woman and save you from a vampire. That's like, okay, Steven, relax. But that is even the original, though. But they still give him more to do, whatever. But I guess then my problem is like they didn't expand on anything cool. Like at least give us more of the villain or give us more of something. Like what the fuck? Because the vampire has 3 lines and it's Kurt Barlow. Like if you Googled that name, it's immediate. Like there are fucking horror wikis on him and everything. Like it's an iconic character.
They had more of the familiars constantly throughout the movie.
Which was so annoying to me too, because I couldn't stand the main familiar either. I was like, I thought that was goofy. The original Salem's Lot, the familiar, I think, was played by James Mason, which is iconic. Old movie stuff.
I did enjoy the little twist though that the hot lady's mom turned out to be a familiar.
I thought that was fun too, but I don't think the payoff was cathartic enough. Because they're just shooting at her and then she kind of gets run over and then it just goes away. Nah, dude, if you're gonna go this direction, like give me something crazy. You know, do something like wild with her where she gets like a stake through the head, some crazy shit. Like I want like a big payoff with that, and you don't really get that. But like, okay, so here's the best character in the movie is Mark, the kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he was a very huge highlight in the movie because he instantly is like, it's vampires. Yes. I know what to do. And every scene he's in, he's like, it's fucking vampires. I'm gonna run this dude over. I'm staking this dude. I'm getting holy water. Like,
yeah, dude.
I'm not fucking dying
today.
He
was fun, dude. He was fun, and because in the beginning, I actually was kind of checking out the, like kids subplot. I was like, okay, of all the things to like focus in on and trying to condense the story, like it was getting kind of like tedious. But then by the midway point, I was like, okay, well, this is my main character. This is the hero to me, is this kid. Like, he really won me over, and the version of that character.
Everything he did, like, made sense.
Bum, you don't even have, you should never say that, Bum. Don't ever say that.
Banned.
In this chat.
You're banned.
Don't ever. Uh-oh.
No, not no.
No, but yeah, my thing with Salem's Lot is just with this new one too is like if you're gonna then. I just felt like they didn't give me enough of anything. Like if you make these cuts, then focus in on one singular thing, and nothing was really focused on that much outside of kind of leaning into the Mark angle of it towards the back half. But like you didn't give me enough of the vampire. You didn't give me enough of the apparent protagonist who's supposed to be the writer, but you know nothing about him other than he rolls up. He's like, "Yeah, my family died." And then he just starts banging the chick in the movie, and we just move on.
I thought the ending was a little.
It was rushed.
Not to talk about like the overall plot of the ending. I thought it was a little odd, like given like the buildup of some of these people. Like the whole point with Author Man, he was like, I don't want to kill this girl I've been fucking because I like her, and obviously he ends up like killing her or whatever. But I thought watching it was going to go to the way of like, oh, the kid's going to be like, you got to kill the head vampire and that fixes everyone else or kills everyone else. But no, they just end up killing every vampire like individually, which I thought was a little odd. But, you know, whatever.
Somebody could, I don't think anybody here has read the book, no offense to anybody, but somebody could call me out even retroactively. But as far as I remember, I feel like in the book it's not like they can't be in the sun, but I don't think that kills them. I think that was new for this, was like if they get caught in the sun that kills them. Like I'm pretty sure you had to kill, in order to kill them you have to stake them.
Is it more of a Twilight situation? They just sparkle in the sun?
It wasn't sparkle. It was like you can't go in, but it's not like you're gonna ignite. I could be wrong though. I haven't read it since like high school though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. The point is, I was not a huge fan. I thought it was like a pale imitation of the It movies, which the first one's good, the second one's meh. And it was the same writer as those films, and then he was directing. I feel like a lot just went wrong. And like I said earlier, I ultimately, by the end of it, I was just reminded of how fucking great Midnight Mass is. Like, although, and that's the one thing I will say though with Midnight Mass is like a converse argument. The one thing with Midnight Mass is like some of the monologues. Okay, let's relax.
Okay.
Where the writing there is almost too much writing. Mm-hmm. It's like because every character they'll give a monologue and it lasts like 4 fucking minutes. But
what was the
Mike Flanagan's a great writer, so it's fine. I'm fine. It's the only thing I can pick out of that whole show where I'm like, this is a little much. But
yeah, you have to nitpick to find something bad.
Yeah, I could.
What was I forget which one of the Mike Flanagan shows was the one about all the kids who had like cancer or something. Do you remember? It wasn't Bly Manor, obviously. It was like the one with a bunch of children. I don't even remember. I don't know if I remember it was before or after Midnight Mass.
Midnight Club.
That could have been that.
I don't think that's what it was. I just Googled it. It said they were all terminally ill in Midnight Club. It's kids who are terminally ill. I never watched Midnight Club, though.
Okay.
I did skip that one.
That one was whatever. Yeah.
Well, that was one that I think he was half in the bag on, too. I think he was like, he got it going and was the EP, but he didn't write the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like an adaptation of something, I think. So, Fall of House of Usher, I thought was like fun, but
I never saw that one.
It's fun. It's kooky, spooky, and it's kooky.
Nice. All right.
All right.
The only other thing I watched was Werewolf by Midnight again the other day. The Marvel thing that came out 2 years ago. That's fine.
Well, we talked about John Carpenter being the composer, director. Michael Giacchino directed Werewolf by Night.
Yep.
Shouts the fuck out.
Composed to.
You said it's fine though, so you don't like it that much. So what are your feelings on Werewolf by Night?
The first time I watched it, I thought it was like really great. You know, it was fun. And because I think just, you know, Marvel fatigue 2022, it was something different, and it was solid. It is solid. Rewatching it this time, it's still solid. I don't know, maybe it just didn't feel as special this time. I couldn't tell you why. It just felt a little different. Hit differently.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
Maybe it just felt like I picked up more on the little Marvel-y things going on, because obviously it's derived from comic book characters, so there's Marvel shit going on.
Yeah, there's Man-Thing and all that shit going on.
There's like the blood crystal or whatever the fuck it is that they're all going after. Some MacGuffin thing. But other than that, it's still good. It's fun.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think the style of it, stylistically, it really wins me over.
Yeah. And there's some violence in it too, which you don't expect. Like, there's people getting shot through the head and hands cut off, and a lot of like rated T for teen gore, you know. PG-13 gore.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But
crazy.
Aggressive enough too to give you that kick, though.
Like, oh shit. But yeah, I got nothing else, and I'm tired.
Yeah, we're around the okay. Let's get to 50. We got 3 minutes. Before we hop off, does anyone demand we discuss something? You know, I think we talked about quite a bit. We ultimately went a lot longer than I anticipated this stream to be.
Yeah, we kind of.
We're tightening up. We're leveling up.
Not.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it'll be good. Please follow.
Next week, y'all. I mean, this is spooktacular next week. I mean, just expect the craziest. Everybody tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy. It'll be the spooktacular, and we'll do a lot of ridiculous, goofy stuff.
There will be nudity.
Sing us a song. What kind of song do you want to hear?
Dark
What
Tower.
sort of song do you want to hear?
Have you read the Dark Tower series?
I just saw that. No, yes and no. I read one of the books randomly when I was like late middle school. Didn't really love it. I then, at some point went hard. I was a big Wikipedia hound. So I wikied it hardcore in early high school, I think. But I only read one full book, and I can't even tell you what it was. I don't remember.
Thanks for that, Bong.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have everything booked for in middle school. I really like the. I know a lot of people that really like those books. I just never got into them personally, but I should. I know I still have vague knowledge of it though, like the Roland and the Man in Black and all that kind of stuff. But no banning.
It's funny when you do the forward slash, because then it's not real. Instead of a backslash. Or is that a backslash? Who cares? Semantics.
No. Nobody's banned. Well, this was quite a show, though, Max. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
A lot of stuff happened.
We got mugs.
Started out a little slow, though, and we got to work on that. I think it's consistency, though, Max. Wouldn't you agree? Chat sound off. It's consistency. I think we got to decide. Are we 10:30 every night, 10:45 every night? We'll promote it as such. 10:30, 10:45.
Listen, I have issue with routines.
Well, it's once a week, pal. It's just once.
All right, play your song, Piano Man.
Oh, yeah, I will. Bye. Bye, bye, Bowie. Thank you for streaming. Bye. Bye, bye, Bowie. Bye. Bye, bye, Bowie. Bye. Bye, bye, Bowie. What do you have to say, man?
Sorry, I forgot what I was doing. I blanked out. Thanks for watching the stream. If you haven't follow us. If you haven't joined the Discord, you can join. We don't really talk in there. It's just more like announcements of the stream happening. But thanks for joining. Thanks for the raid earlier. That was huge. Thanks, Nar, for getting that to happen. Everybody go piss. Take your medication.
And please join us next week.
Yep, for the Halloween. Next Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. on the dot.
On the dot. Are we committing to 10:30 or 10:45?
Doesn't matter. No one will remember.
10:30.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye bye, Bowie.
Bye bye.
10:30.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Bowie.
No one cares about Pacific time.
8:30 for Bong is fine. Bye.
All right.
Bye bye, Bowie.